Welcome back to the MCG of the Bush. Sandy Creek for the elimination final between the Chiltern Swans and the Barnawatha Tigers. My name's Gus McLeod, joined by Robbie McKinlay, Brad Freak, and boundary side for the Charcoal Kings, Blake Panda Escott. Panda, you're at ground level, and I'll tell you what, you might cop a footy to the back of the head in a minute.
I'll turn around and take it straight in the Dukes. Thank you, Gus McLeod. No, absolutely sensational conditions out here. Thank you very much back there at the studio, Trent Geddes. Sensational conditions out here at Sandy Creek. Lots of kids out here having fun, having a kick of the football. Both teams warming up at respective ends of the ground. No breeze whatsoever. It's a tiny little bit of a swell, not favouring either end, the Pony Club end or the Gap Road end, but I'm looking forward to this one, guys. I tell you what, both teams have been out here warming up for the last 5 or 6 minutes. It's 2:02, scheduled start time about 2:15. Might be a tiny little bit of an early start.
Panda, conditions at ground level underfoot. We always harp on about how good the surface is here at Sandy Creek. You're standing at true centre wing on the broadcast side. What's the surface like? Absolutely
Fantastic. I tell you what, a rival. Absolutely any ground right across the region. They're all in ripping neat, but Sandy Creek obviously is fantastic. So ground level, it's wonderful. Can't wait for this one. We might see if Panda can maybe try and catch up with Cade Butters or perhaps one of the assistant coaches from Chiltern. As we build closer to the bounce of the ball, Freaky, we'll get you to cast your eyes over the Mac Jack Sheds stat sheet. A big good afternoon to Paxi and the team at Mac Jack Sheds there on Wagga Road in Lavington. Who are we keeping tabs on today on the stat sheet?
Yeah, on the Chiltern side of things, we'll go with Bodie Hibbertson, Ben Mason, Brad Hibbertson, so the two Hibbertson brothers, and Kyle Cooper obviously has had an outstanding year, as we've touched on in the pre-game. Kicked the 46 goals, so look for him to get plenty of the footy, but also
is Daniel Sharp. He's kicked 30 goals this year, Gus, but he's done that in 7 games. So he's averaging nearly 4.5 goals per game. He's got the long sleeves on out there today. He's got the flashy boots. And he just strikes you as one of those players who could be, these conditions today would really suit him. And one thing Barnawatha are going to gain a lot more confidence in the fact in the elimination final. This time last year they were without Tom Anson, one of their most experienced players, and when you think of Barnawatha you think of a guy like Tommy Anson. They also bring back in Cam McNeil, a 4-time Barton medalist. You add those players into a side that's already experienced elimination final footy, Freaky. They're going to learn so much more, Barnawatha. I reckon they're a much stronger team today than what they were 12 months ago.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt about that. As we touched on earlier, just these younger guys as well, you give them that experience playing out here at Sandy Creek. Obviously, it's only one time of the year you get to play out of here. I mean, obviously, a lot of those kids that have come through the junior ranks at Barney have played out here early in the morning, but they haven't played in the afternoon in front of the bigger crowd, and it was probably really good exposure for them last year to get out here, have a feel for it, put on a really strong performance, and their crowd, which is really passionate, the Barney supporters, got right behind them, and they're going to be better for that experience going into today's game. Obviously, they've got a very, very experienced side they're up against. They know how to get the job done come this time of the year, and as in Chiltern, and they'll be looking to upset them, in my opinion, but I think it's going to be a red-hot contest today.
Yeah, umpires are making their way onto the venue here at Sandy Creek. We're led by Grant Steed, Graham Matthewson and Jeffrey Bassett are our field umpires. Boundary umpires today, Riley Edwards, Jack Maskell, Jenny Alley and Emily Mitchell. And our goal umpires, Stan Grant and one of our favourites, Normie McClure, waving the flags this afternoon. We'll cross boundary side to the Charcoal Kings for Blake Panda Escott. One of the things in finals, Panda, that some of the teams get caught unstuck by is we're starting this game at 2:15 and these boys have been on the ground for at least 15 minutes now.
Yeah, absolutely hated warm-ups when I was playing, so no, I would have been absolutely stuffed, had to start on the bench. Just watch out for the number change for Chiltern as well, guys, where he is a big fella, Kyle McGee. He is actually changed from 18 through to 25 as well. He's a big fella. He'll partner Scotty Meyer in the ruck, but we do have the one number
between the arcs of the 50 and provides a long option for the Chiltern boys to kick long down the line. So he's got a big set of jukes, Big Mac.
Yeah, he has, mate, and he complements Meyer when he will change, go down forward there. He obviously got Doolan going around, and Nick Stevens is an interesting one for me. He's the only player in the side that's played all 18 games this year. He'll probably play down back. I reckon he might be a pretty good matchup for Daniel Sharp. So they're very sort of like for like. So keep an eye on that one, Panda. I reckon wouldn't be surprised to see Nick Stevens there heading down, take up Daniel Sharp. But I think that the key here is Panda for mine is how can Barney negate Scotty Meyer? He's an absolute star. We saw him play so well at Ovens Murray level. I think you almost got to limit the damage.
Absolutely. Jackson Spears is a big fella as well, number 33. Watch out for him. And I think obviously Tommy Hofford as well. I reckon they're going to have to try and double team Scotty Meyer, but then you have Kyle McGee who will come in and give Scotty a bit of a chop out as well. So the ruck duel today, certainly going to be very, very interesting, but clearly Scotty Meyer, Kyle McGee, they're going to have first use today.
And I think what the Barney boys are going to have to do, obviously Meyer's probably going to have his way. We think in the ruck a little bit. It's probably going to be more so once the ball comes to the ground. They've got to be very wary of where the Chiltern midfielders are to try and stop them getting away from the contest very easily. Obviously, you see it all the time at AFL level and all different levels of football where one ruckman can be very dominant, but the midfield don't quite get on top. And it's really important for Barney today to be able to negate that and try and get his influence to his midfielders down. And if that's the case, it'll probably make it a little bit more of a contested sort of game of football, repeat ball ups and things like that, just so that they can keep the ball in, don't give them some space. But we'll see. It'll be a pretty hot start, I think, out here, boys. Obviously, you get to this time of the year, sun's out. We saw it yesterday. It was really warm yesterday afternoon. A lot of boys blowing up early. Rotations were high, so we'll have to see how. Obviously, Chiltern are very experienced come this time of the year. So are Barney. They've got a lot of experienced boys in that side, so expect it to be hot early and plenty of rotations early.
Boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. The toss has been won and done with Blake Panda Escott.
Yeah, Brad Del Bosco has won the toss for the Barnawatha Tigers. They are going to kick to the Pony Club end. As I said before, no breeze whatsoever out here on deck down at Sandy Creek. So watch out. The Tigers are going to kick to the Pony Club end, which is the right of your live stream and your radio dial.
Yeah, it certainly is. Great to have your company at the MCG of the Bush. Panda, for those listening that are just tuned in, nothing conditions-wise to report at ground level. This is picturesque for Sandy Creek footy.
Picturesque, no late changes as well for either side going in as selected. So watch for a really, really hot start. So there's no excuses out here today whatsoever. They're getting their final messages now, these sides. Chiltern coming in with some really, really strong form. A lot of people thinking that they can win it from fourth, while Barney, they have absolutely nothing to lose today as well coming in. They played in that elimination final last year. We know they put in a wonderful effort against Dedorang. It's going to be a very, very hot start early.
Brad Freak on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. Who's your tip today? And maybe even we'll spice it up today, gents. I want a first goal kicker as well.
Oh, geez, they really throw me under the bus there. I'm going to have to go with Chiltern. I think that they're going to get the job done, and I reckon Mark Doolan in that forward line is going to get the first goal today, Gussie.
I'm going to go with Caleb Boxall. I'll go Boxall to get it. And for Barney, if it's going to come from Barney...
No, you got to pick one team.
Oh, well, Nick Sharp. I'll go with Nick Sharp.
Can't have a bet each way, Robbie.
Sorry, mate. Nick Sharp, Barney for mine.
Panda boundary side for Charcoal Kings.
Tommy Anson for mine. I reckon he's going to sneak forward, snap the first. Barney will be up and about.
Kyle Cooper for mine, first goal. Reigning best and fairest winner. Back-to-back, this bloke is Sandy Creek. When you think of the Chiltern Swans, he's going to kick the first goal, and I think Chiltern will be a little bit too strong today. I'm going to go around about the 3-goal margin. Panda, who's starting on the pine for the Chiltern Swans this afternoon?
We have Jack Gray starting on the pine, trying to make out as well. We have Jakey Cooper also starting on the pine, and Benny Jones down there as well for Chiltern.
So, of course, only 3 on the bench in the TDFL finals. Barnawatha kicking to the right of your screen to the Pony Club end. Chiltern to the Gap Road end. It's Southern Death football here at the MCG of the Bush. The reigning premiers, the Chiltern Swans, taking on the Barnawatha Tigers. Chiltern come into this season 13-4 with the one draw. Barney 9-9. But all that matters is today. For Elders Rural, we're underway in the elimination final.
Meyer and Hoffert. Meyer got the first tap. Hibberson was strong through the middle part of it. And Meyer comes back over. And it's going to be locked down. So Hibberson there just threatening momentarily there to make the clearance. Now Meyer this time gets the definite tap. Matt Del Bosco, quick kick into half forward. Benny McPherson was over the footy, couldn't extract it. There's Cam McNeil. Can't get out though. I have a great tackle there by Jaden Vandermeer. And it will be another ball up in the centre of the ground. So two ball ups to start. A lot of intensity around the ball. Meyer again. Now McNeil came through hard, and there'll be a third one, Gus, and keep an eye out here for a whistle.
Of course, the umpires, they like to pay a free kick here too, Big Mac. First quarter action thanks to Elders Rural. TDFL elimination final. Over the footy there was Hemming for the Swans. McNeil applies a big tackle and will ball the footy up once again.
Looks like Josh Starr, boys, early has the job on Kyle Cooper in the Chiltern forward line, so watch out for that. Big job for Josh Starr.
A minute gone on the Japo Donks time clock. Big shout out to Simo and the boys at Japo Donks. Third consecutive year sponsoring us here in the TDFL. And I tell
Good
you
start,
what, Freaky,
boys.
we're at a gridlock. We haven't moved about 2 metres and we played a minute of football. Scotty Meyer in the ruck just says, bang, we'll slap it in towards a bit of space. Hibberson's in pursuit, coming through now for the Barnawatha Tigers. Head over the footy, big contest from McPherson. Hibberson gets the footy out wide, and now Hemming kicks long up towards the half-forward line. Big contest forms. Well done there by Starr for Barnawatha. Pack dive on top of this football. Hibberson is quick to jump on Del Bosco and will ball the footy up 60 metres from Chiltern goal.
Yeah, it's Swans into attack. As Gussie said, 60 out from goal. Just gone almost 2 minutes. Tap now. Quick kick off the ground there by Van der Meer, and it's been marked by Cooper at half forward. 10 metres in from the boundary line and around about 35 out from goal.
Just a quick kick forward. Stay with it here, Robbie, because I reckon he's going to run around pretty quick.
Kyle Cooper.
No, he's gone the drop punt.
He's going to go the drop punt. Well, there you go. This pleases me.
Right place, right time. He was just playing in front there, as we spoke about Josh Starr with the match up on him. He's a superstar, this kid. 46 goals. He's got the bright blue boots, and some kids are made for finals. Watch out for this early goal.
They call him Gaz, Robbie.
Goals open up nicely from this side of the ground. So Kyle Cooper, 35 out, kick on the way. It's a beauty. Oh, it misses. Just to the left-hand side. A bit of late outswing there. Might have been the one that knocked over your castle, Gus.
Well, I thought
First score to Chiltern, they lead it by a point.
I thought I was on for the first goal there, Panda. Boundary side for Charcoal Kings.
Yes, that was your pick, wasn't it, Kyle Cooper? Well, Robbie wanted a pick each side, I'm pretty sure.
Tom Anson got the kick-in duties from Barnawatha at the Gap Road end. He's going to play on and kick with a penetrating kick towards half forward. Hibberson's there. This is Bodie. Gets the ball back, finds his brother. Now it's Scotty Meyer with a grubber kick inside forward 50. Head over the football now is Walker for Barnawatha. Exits defensive lines out to the broadcast side wing. Mason made a big contest. Now coming through is Brooks. Over the top, and it's Ben Mason, the co-captain for the Swans. Inside 50 with great delivery. And the mark's been taken by Mark Doolan. 45 from home, 45-degree angle.
Beautiful left foot kick there from Benny Mason. You see the leading lane that obviously Mark Doolan created for himself as well. He's a fantastic kick of the football. There was a bit of conjecture about whether he was going to play today, but he's a superstar, and he'll line up here from probably 40 metres out.
The Barnawatha boys bring it back in. That's a thumping kick, penetrating kick. Looks for Matty Del Bosco. Now it falls away. Chance here for Ben McPherson. Handball was intercepted. He might get a free kick. He will. So Benny McPherson will have a free kick for Barnawatha. Midfield. Chiltern lead 2-0. Short pass finds Matt Del Bosco, who's been busy early. Now they'll take it through Scammell. Kicks it long. Whistle. He looks for Farwell. Jared Farwell looking for Sharp on the lead. Can't take it. Good defensive work there from Connor Garside. And it'll be thrown in front of the scoreboard. Brad Freak, early days, what are you looking at?
Yeah, 3 early inside 50s for Chiltern on the Matt Jack Shed stat sheet. A couple of early touches to both Hibberton boys early. They've been early, hot early for Chiltern.
So boundary throw-in into attack for Barnawatha. Give that ruck contest to the big Hoff from Barney. Now they go inside 50. Mark on the line. Really good set of duties. Clue of the goal umpire had to work for that one. Barnawatha get the first goal in the elimination final. They lead 1 straight to Chiltern 2 behinds for the Commercial Club Albury.
one inside 50 for one goal there for Barney. Obviously really effective. Obviously Chiltern had three early inside 50s on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet, but just wasn't able to take advantage of it, as Panda said there beautifully. Just right place, right time was Nick Sharp, and as all good forwards do, just in front of his defender, and set himself up for a really simple finish.
I got the $6 on offer too for first goal kick at Panda, so on Sharpie.
I think that one's coming straight out of Gus McLeod's wallet, I think, too, Robbie.
Thank you very
You'll find
much.
a few moths fly over it as well.
So good work off half-back. Barney, they set it up nicely.
Looks like Ash Van Claveren as well, boys, has got the big job on Nick Sharp, so watch out for that, giving up just a little bit of size, if you can see down there as well.
Perfect conditions at the MCG of the Bush. Oh, Myers' tap was clever towards Hibberson. Intercepted again by Scammell was good. Matty Del Bosco pumps the ball inside forward 50. Defensive punch was good. Brooks's handball was clever for Chiltern. Intercept again by Scammell. Look away handball to McNeil. Now's a chance here. Farwell through traffic. He's strong. He's good. He kicks it long and he misses to the right-hand side. One behind. 1-1-7 Barnawatha lead Chiltern. Two behind. And this is first quarter action for Elders Rural.
Young Brody Scammell started well for Barney in the middle of the ground. Obviously a slight frame, but he's been able to get in. He's been really influential, really set up a few different plays for him. Obviously out here on the wing, but in there, that play there, getting the nice handball out to Cam McNeil and set up that shot there for Jared Farwell. Liked his start to the game.
Like the look of Ashton Brooks as well in the long sleeves here for Chiltern. Very clean down on ground level.
So it's Ash Van Claveren for the Swans to kick in from fullback, trying to find Meyer. Going back courageously was McPherson. He intercepts for Barney. Kicks inside 50. Too much for Farwell. Now it's Sharp. Handball's inboard. Good looking one to Noonan. Wrapped up in a big tackle by Nick Stevens. And the umpire's going to pay, holding the footy, Panda, for Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, very, very quick to pay that one there as well. No real prior opportunity. They've set the standard now. Watch for a couple of interesting ones.
Oh, Mason missed what he should have taken. Moose missed the tackle on him, but Benny Mason shows composure. Kicks to the advantage of Meyer. Handball was good. Goes to Bodie Hibberson for Chiltern. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. They fly high. Back of the pack here. Overrunning the ball there was McGee. He'll come back at it. They defend well. Barnawatha quick hands, and they'll relieve off half back. They've got out of trouble here, Gussie, or have they? They're working hard. Now they have. In the end, it's Shanahan who showed good composure.
Well, they're still under the pump here across half back. Chiltern have numbers absolutely everywhere. It's a hot scramble, and after all that, the umpire says, give it here, we'll ball it up 50 metres from Chiltern goal.
Tackling pressure from both teams has been really hot to start this game. It's what you expect in elimination finals.
Good ruck work there for the Chiltern Swans. Kicking to the top of the goal square was McLean. Not his best kick. It's narrow. It's near the boundary, and Barney are more than happy to see this one across the boundary line. We'll bring the football back into play 30 metres out from Chiltern goal.
Looks like as well Benny Mason here, guys, playing a kick behind the ball. It's a spare man in defence. They've got a very good zone set here, Chiltern as well. So a quick kick out of this pack from Barney. It's going to come straight back.
So it's going to be McGee to go up here for the Chiltern Swans. Missed him. Now he gathered it, trying to palm it in towards a bit of space. Cooper, this is Kyle. Works his way around a telephone box. Snap on goal from McLean. Is to the near side for a minor score. So Chiltern are peppering the big sticks, but yet to kick accurately. They trail 3 behinds to Barney, 1-1-7. That's on the Commercial Club Albury scoreboard.
They'd be happy with their entries inside forward 50 so far, Chiltern.
One 7-3. Here's Sharp, decides to play on, kicks long, penetrating. Keep an eye on McNeil out the back. It might fall his way now. It does. McNeil leads in the race to the ball. Knocked off the footy though. Stayed over the ball. The tackling strong and heavy. Boundary side looms. Umpire says, give it to me. It'll be balled up. 45 out from Barnawatha's goal. They lead 7-3. And here's Gus McLeod.
Great to have your company on O&M Live. Coverage of the TDFL finals as Hibberson clears the lines for the Chiltern Swans with a big ball into the middle of the ground. Cooper has to sit underneath it. Met head on by Del Bosco. They're going to bring it out to the broadcast side wing now. Barnawatha into attack, trying to find the big moose. Not the best kick. Working hard at the boundary line is Lappin. I reckon he took that one out of bounds. Umpire said nothing in it. And the kick to Jake Cooper was paid a mark. Despite the fact a little fist come through from Shanahan, I reckon Jake Cooper is pretty lucky there, Big Mac.
Yeah, he might have won one there nicely there, young man. Kicks a good one, though. It finds Benny Jones. Oh, smother was excellent by Tommy Anson. Too far out to score. Loads up. Kicks towards the top of the goal square. McGee flies high. Can't bring it in on the second attempt. Barney defend well. McGee did well. Screw over the shoulder by Mitch Hemming is a beauty. Chiltern get a goal. They take the lead. And it's a Union Hotel Goal of the Day contender, no doubt. Panda Blake Escott, boundary side.
Right place, right time. Kyle McGee obviously took most of the pressure there in that mark contest. It was going to come as well, obviously, peppering the inside 50s. Cole Cooper started that play in the middle here, switched it out. Ashton Brooks liked the look of him. He got it in quick, brought it to ground beautifully there. Big Kyle McGee and Hemming, right place, right time, snap beautifully. They deserve that one, Chiltern.
5 inside 50s on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. So as Panda said, they have been peppering those inside 50s and full deserve that goal there to put themselves in front by a couple of points. Kyle Cooper up to the 3 disposals and Salisbury.
Bosco, 70 from home, inside 50, the big moose was the target. And a good fist on the last line of defence came from Finn Lappin. Will ball the footy in 30 metres out from Barney's goal.
Yeah, good defensive work, wasn't it? Lappin did well there. Closing speed was good. Ball use has been excellent, both sides. They've got a bit of potency up there, Barney. They're quick and sharp. Moose takes the ruck, knocked it down. Running onto it now was Benny Jones. Clearing the traffic was Hibberson. Quick handball there to Hemming. He's under trouble here, Lappin. They'll have to get the handball out to hurry. Good work there by Will Noonan. Now it clears. Here's a chance for Anson. Kick a goal. And it trickles out over the boundary line. Very adjacent to the behind post. Chiltern lead 9-7, but Barney in a great attacking position here. 12.5 minutes gone on the Jappo Donks time clock. And a big shout out to Simo.
Good on you, Simo. Boundary throw in deep into attack. Taking out the ruck was pretty good there from Big Moose Quinn. Sharps at hands and knees, top of the goal square. Chiltern have numbers. They go out wide to Brooks. Didn't get a nice bounce. Whiffen wrapped up in a big tackle for Barnawatha. The umpire said it spilled out of bounds with a boundary throw in. We've got a Brad Freak for Mac Jack Sheds.
Yeah, 5 inside 50s for Barney as well. I really like the look of Nick Sharp up there forward 50 as well. He's looking really dangerous for him in the start of this quarter.
The 225s, McGee and Quinn go up in the ruck, snap across the body to the big sticks from Barney. They have numbers. McNeil lurks. Brook now for the Swans. Clearing defensive lines is Bertram for Chiltern. But it wasn't his best kick, Big Mac, because it went out of bounds on the full. And Barnawatha are setting up really nicely behind the footy. They'll bring this one back in, 60 from goal.
Yeah, Jack Spears will pump it back in. Look, he'll come back through the middle of the ground. I don't mind that. It's a good kick. Finds Bailey Dixon. A nice use with the footy. And they're setting it up nicely here. Lockie Walker. Look at his first touch of the afternoon. Chip short. He finds Josh Starr. He's got a big job on his hands today. Starr now, decisive kick, looks for Big Moose. Lappin backed it up well, took the hands, fed it off nicely, and out the back there was really good work there by Nick Stevens. But they're going to repel Barney, going to bring it back in here, Gus.
It's Tommy Anson, Sharon in hand, true centre wing out of side of Sandy Creek. He finds Brody Scammell. Barney have switched the ball beautifully today on a couple of occasions. Now it's with Lowe. Now they come out to the broadcast side wing. The captain, Brad Del Bosco, sends the Tigers into attack. Flying high with Spears, brought it to ground level. Out the back of the pack, looming is Nick Stevens for the Swans. He clears defensive lines, but Barney are everywhere behind the contest. Anson's there, wants to go out to the outer wing side. It's a nice looking kick, and Barnawatha are going to absolutely dominate the possession game here as McNeil takes a contender for the Great Outdoors Mark of the Day.
Meat in the sandwich there, boys. They can't get past halfway here at the moment. Chiltern, Anson, Jackson Lowe and these guys as well. They've got the Great Wall of China here at the minute. Chiltern have a lot of numbers back in defence as well. They're just happy to chip the ball around here as well, not give up possession and wait for that final kick inside 50.
The Great Wall of China.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Nice from Panda. It works its way back down to Scammell. He'll kick it longer. I like it. Brad Del Bosco's finding a bit of room. Takes a mark on centre wing. Club room side of the ground. He goes short. Finds his brother Matty.
Holding the ball well here, Robbie, at the moment.
Ball back to Brody Scammell, back to Lowe, now back to Matt Del Bosco. There's a whistle, free kick. Panda, what's happened here?
Absolutely no idea what that one was for, actually, Robbie. Looks like it's going to go the way of Jackson Lowe, though. He plays on straight away.
It was off the ball, Panda, so we'll make of that one what we will. Inside 50 go Barnawatha via Josh Starter. Sharp, bit too much on it for him. Out the back of the pack, Lappin got pushed under the footy. And he looks in a lot of pain here, Robbie.
Nick Sharp.
He's hurt a knee, I reckon. We'll cross boundary side for Charcoal Kings, Blake Panda Escott.
Yeah, looks like he's in a lot of trouble here, guys. He can't put any weight whatsoever on that right leg. This is big news for Barney.
Watch this space. Football's back live in the pocket here for Barnawatha. Mason wrapped up in a big tackle. Barney not letting this one slip out. Snap on goal from Matty Del Bosco. Is touched and out of bounds for a boundary, throwing deep in the pocket for Barney. Panda for Charcoal Kings. He's going straight to the rooms.
Yeah, straight into the rooms there for Nick Sharp, who's probably been their most lively forward so far, and their lively forward all year. He looks to be in a lot of pain. Looks like it's an knee or an ankle, boys. I'll chase up soon.
All right, so Barney here. Attacking again, clever handball. Nice work by Lappin. Gee, they nearly need to rush this through. McNeil on the goal line, kicks it. Cam McNeil has put it through. He
is already on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. He's been everywhere. He's so experienced. Obviously, multiple Barton medals in his back pocket as well. So he's a player that the Barney boys know they can rely on week in, week out.
That's well deserved from Barnawatha as well. I'm not sure how many inside 50s they've had in a row, Freaky, if you can check that up on the Mac Jack stats. But they really deserve a goal here, and that was fantastic.
They've had the last 4 inside 50s.
Back in the centre of the ground. 17 minutes gone for Jappo Donks. McGee did the rucking. Back now regather possession via Stevens, who kicks long into attack. Doolan lost his footing. Out the back of the pack is Anton. He's been very good for the Tigers. Trying to find Brad Del Bosco with a long raking kick. And taking that across the paint is Nick Stevens for a boundary throw-in. True centre wing entry or car park end of Sandy Creek as we go to Brad Freak for Mac Jack Sheds.
Yeah, Brad Del Bosco getting busy. He's up to 5 disposals, and so is Cam McNeil. 3 disposals for Ben Mason, Bodie Hibberton and Kyle Cooper for Chiltern.
keep an eye on Nick Sharp injury if you can, Panda too. If listeners have just joined us, he's gone off what we think is a knee injury. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Tap by McGee to no one really in a particular. It's going to go out again. Centre wing, it's 13-9, Barney lead Chiltern.
Boundary side for Charcoal Kings.
Got to put some time into Tom Ensign here, guys. He's pretty much doing as he pleases out there. He's roaming around in defence, and of course he's propelled a lot of those Barnawatha Chiltern attacks.
Doesn't look like he's got a direct matchup either, Panda, playing loose. Here's the Swans with Cooper, wrapped up in a big tackle, but he got the kick away in the nick of time. McGee for the Swans, does some of his best work. Crafty underground handball, high tackle. High tackle's going to go the way of the Swans. Well held up by the man on the mark, Lockie Walker. He gave away the free kick. And now Chiltern to go into attack via Dylan Van Claveren. 70 from home. He kicks to the fat side pocket. Dangerous ground level, but the Tigers have numbers. Anson's in pursuit here for Barney. Shimmies and shakes, goes to the overlapping run. They're going to play methodically here. Wait for the right option. On the last line of defence, chiming in there is Brody Scammell, and Barney kicked long down the line now, Robbie.
Yeah, towards centre wing. O'Neill leads in the race ball. A couple of Chiltern blokes crashed into each other. Scammell went through hard. Nick Stevens for Chiltern seeds it out over the boundary line. What do you got, Freaky? How are those inside 50s going?
Yeah,
and we've gone, 19 minutes?
Yeah, Barney have had one more than Chiltern in this first quarter, 8-7. They've just been able to take a little bit more advantage of them when they have gone forward. They have kicked, obviously, a little bit straighter when they have gone inside that forward 50 as well to start this game.
4-point lead favouring Barnawatha thanks to the Commercial Club as Chiltern kicked themselves into attack. At the front of the contest there was Scammell. He left it behind. Grubber kick up towards the middle of the ground. Swans have numbers. Alone 55 from home, and he's going to wait for the right option now. The 4-time Barton medalist, that probably wasn't the right one. Inside 50, Gray's got a bit of work to do, had more time than he thought. Cooper, this is Kyle, tied up on the boundary line, waits for the right option to present. chips it inboard, and he finds his brother Jake across half-back for Chiltern.
He goes short, and it kicks. A good grab taken there by Mitch Hemming, who's kicked the only goal today for Chiltern. Under a lot of... He's been told to come back by umpire Matheson, and Jared Farwell does that. So Eddie Hemmings has it. Kicks it long into half forward. They've got the numbers at the front of the pack here, Barney. Walker was good. Handball out the back was fantastic by Bailey Dixon. Got it onto Tommy Anson. Kick to half forward now. It's well read by the Chiltern defence. Running through Connor Garside. Drives it long. Open space. Doolan's there. Running onto it now. Can't get the bounce. Good defensive work there from Barnawatha. It looked like it might have been Dylan Simpson down there. So it was Will Pritchard. Did a great job. It's going to be thrown back in. 20 metres around from the Chiltern goal. Barney leads 13-9. Brad Freak.
I just think Barney might need tactical change. Maybe put Moose back to the goal square and bring Dylan Sharp up the ground. I think his leg speed up the ground will be a little bit more dangerous for him.
Boundary throwing deep into attack for the Swans. Cooper, Kyle, does a lot of really good work. Finds Hibberson now. Now he gets it back to Cooper. Wants to kick inboard. Dangerous looking kick. Umpire's going to call play on here. Not sure what the whistle. Steadies, kicks on goal for Barney, and it's across the face to the left-hand side. Daniel Sharp, minor score on the Commercial Club Albury scoreboard. Boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. Barney have been dominant in this first quarter, Panda, despite the fact they came in as outsiders.
Love the look of Daniel Sharp as well. No update on his brother Nick Sharp. They've had the door closed for the best part of the last 5 minutes. He's still in there with the medicos as well. Repeating, that was a nasty-looking knee or ankle injury. I'll probably have to chase up a little bit more at quarter time.
Brad Hibberson marks the kick in. He's shaped a handball. He does now. It was a fumble there. A lot of pressure here now. Good tackle by Anson. Might get a free kick. No, he won't. Hibberson mopped up. He got him out of trouble there. Good work now by Van Claveren. Kicks towards centre wing, and McGee takes a good mark. 14-9. Barnawatha lead. We've gone 22 minutes. First quarter action. Intercept mark taken by Barney. It's Tommy Hoffert.
Who comes inboard. Nice looking kick to Brad Del Bosco. He's Mac Jacks, please, Brad Freak.
He's just had his sixth of the first quarter.
Inboard to Farwell. Had a backpack all over him. Now it's a go for Scotty Meyer. He's going to go with a run and carry on to Cooper. Cooper goes inside 50. It's a shallow entry, but Doolan's marked right on his range. He's going to wait for an option to present Dools. We might have been back in his own ability here, Freaky.
Yeah, it looks like he is. He had a few options, but he looks like he's very confident. There's no one in the goal square at the moment for Barney. Looks like there's a couple getting back there now, so I just thought if he went a bit quicker, he might have been able to beat the defence.
So Mark Doolan had a big year, kicked 51 goals in 13 games. You have to kick this one all of 50. Didn't quite strike it nicely. It's to the near side for a minor score, so 2 behinds early days for Mark Doolan, and that sees the Swans 1-4-10. To Barnawatha, 2-2-14, thanks to the Commercial Club in Albury.
A couple of those beautiful entries as well from Cole Cooper. His ball use around half forward has been electric as well. They have to do something about him at the moment as well, Barney.
They take it right through the middle of the ground, but straight down Scotty Myers' throat. Ball with Brad Del Bosco, picked up, mopped up. A quick kick there by Scam. To centre wing, stretching, reaching for it. He couldn't take it, was Will Noonan. He was under a lot of pressure there from Bertram from Chiltern, and it's going to be a throw in at centre wing right in front of the club rooms here at the magnificent Sandy Creek.
Pandy, is that Nick Sharp that might have just come back to the bench down there? Looks like he's moving a lot freer than when he came off.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got a little bit of strapping around the bottom of his knee as well, so he is trying to warm and get a little bit of blood flowing through there.
The Hibberson boys link up, but the handball inboard was poor. Working hard there is Whiffen for the Tigers. Now it's Bertram for the Swans on hands and knees, and the big Hoff is going to win himself a free kick here for a leg. He's not known for his kicking ability, so he's going to go to a run and carry option. Inside 50 go the Tigers. Big Moose backing back, and the umpire said it was a free kick against the Big Moose. And we'll go boundary side for Charcoal Kings.
More injury news here as well for Barney as well. It's the 4-time Barton medalist Cam McNeil as well, who has limped off the ground. Good news though, Nick Sharp back on as well. As you can see, looks a little bit proppy with that right knee, but that's a watch this space.
I rubbed him off my team sheet.
Oh, I thought he's done. Anyway, here go Chiltern. Kicks good. Finds Bodie Hibberson, centre wing. And look like Nick Sharp back on the ground. That is great news. Bodie Hibberson's kick won't quite penetrate 50. Now it does. Goes out there towards Jaden Vandermeer. Couldn't keep the ball in. The Barney defence, which have done so well, take it out over the boundary line. Panda, we'll go back down to you, mate. We are 50 metres around from the Chiltern goal. They trail 10 to 14.
Cam McNeil just getting a little bit of work done on his left knee by the looks of things as well. So he's sitting down on the bench at the moment.
Hope you're enjoying the first term for Elders Rural here in the elimination final. Inside forward 50 are the Swans. Good tackle applied there by Jaden Vandermeer. And we'll ball it up 45 metres out from Chiltern's goal, directly in front. They're kicking to the Gap Road end, and they trail this contest by 4 points. Thanks to the Commercial Club. Out of the ruck was Scotty Meyer. Kicks into the pocket. Was it out of bounds on the full? I think it was. And Barney will get the football back via Will Pritchard, tied up in the back pocket. 25 minutes gone for Jappo Donks in the first term.
What'd you spot there, Freaky? You're normally on the stats, but another Barney player going into the rooms there.
Yeah, it looked like it was Tommy Anson going in, but it didn't look like he was under any distress. Might be using the facilities.
Might be going to the facilities.
He came off before, boys. Absolutely stuffed. He's been running around everywhere, so it might just be indisposed.
Having a Les kiss, Panda. Was that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you very much. Centre wing, hope you are enjoying the coverage. 26 minutes gone. Barney lead it. Now, turnover again. Good defensive work from behind. Scammell was good. He's been fantastic so far. Nice work there from Dylan Simpson. Kicks it inside forward 50. Here's a go for Sharp. Back on the ground. Clever work. Nice work from the Chiltern defence. And it ends up with Brooks at half-back. The Chiltern Swans trail by 4 points.
Oh, dangerous kick in ball, but it works out for Brad Hibberson. They're going to use the corridor now, the Swans. Nice looking kick here to Jaden Van Claveren. Inside forward 50, but chopping out beautifully was Del Bosco. And he links up now with another Del Bosco. This is Matt.
Ooh.
And you heard it in our effects, Mike. The Barney boys wanted that free kick, and he gets it. It's a good-looking 50-metre penalty, if you ask me, for Matty Del Bosco.
He's not quite in range, Gus.
Anson just about to come back on as well, boys.
So Matt Del Bosco, 75 from home, into the pocket, Sharp. Good defensive work at the back of the pack there from Garside. At ground level, working hard is Noonan for the Tigers. Mason's on the last line of defence for the Swans, trying to find the boundary line. That's where Beltran wants to go. And we'll have a boundary throw in 25 metres out from Barney's goal. They try.
Attack again. Tap by Meyer. The ball in dispute. We've got to be careful here. Umpire Matheson, who's very heavily bandaged around the old Dicky knees these days, Panda. He'll throw it up. Very experienced campaigner.
Knee pads.
They are. There it is. 28 minutes. It went first quarter. It was a good one. Not a lot of goals. Gee, the ball pinged from half-back to half-back. In the end, it was Barnawatha, Gus, who'll take a 4-point lead. 2-2-14. Chiltern 1-4-10, and we did that one for Elders Rural.
It was a cracking first quarter. Stick with us here at the MCG of the Bush. It's a 2023 Duns Twin City Cranes Tallangatta District Final Series, where you won't miss a thing.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga.
Quarter time in the elimination final sees Barnawatha lead 2-2-14 to Chiltern 1-4-10 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. As we go to Brad Freak for the BUR quarters best. That's Brian Unthank Real Estate, and a pretty even spread in the first term.
Yeah, it was for both teams, but for the Chiltern Swans, I thought Kyle Cooper's first quarter was really strong. Started down deep forward, but then moved up the ground. His leg speed was really dangerous for them when he moved into more the midfield role. And for Barnawatha, I thought that Brody Scammell, I thought he was really good across halfback. Got a lot of the footy, not taking any stats on the Matt Jack Shed stat sheet, but he would have had near to probably 10 disposals in that first quarter. I thought he was really influential. If we do have a look at the Matt Jack Shed stat sheet, 14 inside 50s to 11 in favour of the Barnawatha Tigers. They were really on top of their 3 centre clearances to 1 as well. They just got on top in that area of the game. If we have a look at the disposals for the first quarter, Kyle Cooper and Brad Del Bosco both leading our stat sheet with 8 7 disposals. Side of things, as we touched on, Brad Del Bosco 8 disposals and Cam McNeil had the 6 in that first quarter.
Two coaches, polar opposites as well, guys. I'm not sure if you noticed, but Brad Hebberson actually brought the Chiltern boys in very early, straight after the quarter-time siren. Fair to say gave him a fair old spray as well. He was not pleased with the efforts in that first quarter. Cade Butters, absolutely over the moon with the pressure around the ball. He thinks it's breaking down a little bit at half-time. He wants the forwards to come to the ball a little bit more, and very happy with their work on Scotty Meyer as well.
The second quarter's underway for NZ in Albury. Here's the Big Mac.
It'll be Tommy Hoffert up against Meyer. Hibberson went through hard, and that was Brad. Sorry, it wasn't Brad. It was, in fact, Clavering, was it?
Couldn't quite tell you, Robbie. I was looking at me notes.
It was Mitchie Hemming. Anyway, ball back, nicely mopped up at the back of the clearance there by Farwell. Kicks wide towards Withen. Ball stay in, and funny old bounce, not clear now. Here's a chance for Hemming again. Gee, that was a clever gather. Thought about handballing, kicked in a hurry, got it to Bodie Hibberson. So Chiltern building early here between centre wing and half forward. Just start the second quarter. Ball comes inside forward 50. McGee flies high from behind. He might grab it. He's been held. It's a great outdoors mark of the day contender from Kyle McGee. And he'll go back and have a shot. And Pan, I don't know what your history on this man is, but has he got the leg? Has he got the journey?
I'm backing him in. No wind whatsoever, and I think he's going to get the distance. Indeed, obviously, it was a hard match up there for Lockie Walker as well. McGee's got him just for height at the moment.
He's a one sock up, one sock down type of operator. And interesting enough, the sock up side of the body is the one he'll kick on. The right foot on its way. Distance not an issue. accuracy is. And again, Chiltern missed one to the left side. So 1 goal 5, Chiltern 11. They trail Barney 2-2-14. From the kick in, Brad Del Bosco's marked it. Here's Gussie McLeod.
For Albury Wodonga MG, hope you're enjoying our of the TDFL finals. Sudden death between Barney and Chiltern this afternoon. Anson, good use of the body, up against Ashton Brooks, brings it to ground level. He got one high, Tommy Anson. The umpire was blindsided. It's happy to take that one across the paint for a boundary throw, and right in front of Blake Panda, Escott for Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, you're right there. The umpire was just caught on the other side. Tommy Anson, though, look at him here on this stoppage. Still no matchup.
So Meyer up against the big Hoff in the ruck. Anson just comes through. Handballs was a bit hot. Barnawatha now have a chance. Good tackle from Brooks. He wrapped up McPherson.
Good umpire.
But the umpire says, give it here. That's good footy. We'll ball it up. Second quarter action for NZ Albury in the TDFL finals.
Yeah, I like that umpiring too, Gus. He let it go. There's a little bit high, a little bit low, but in between, let it play on. Now he's picked one out. They're not happy, the Barney supporters, but Brooks will get the free kick. He earned it. He put his head over the footy. Well done, young fella. Kicks it beautifully. Inside, forward 50, if you don't mind. And the mark has been taken by Hibberson. And he'll drive it long. Top of the gold square. Second bite of the cherry didn't work. Picked up nicely by Walker and Del Bosco. They combined beautifully. Anson's kick off the left foot was good. From behind, Meyer brought it there. Hibberson was fantastic. It was Brad. Kicks it in short from behind. Del Bosco, brilliant.
A-grade fist there from Del Bosco. He's put the Tigers into a much better position. The 2-8s, Van Cleveren and McPherson go head-to-head. And it's going to be Van Claveren, the recipient of the free kick. I thought that was a pretty fair contest, boys.
It was just after where he fell into his back, Gussie.
Well spotted there by Brad Freak. Now it's Mason. Switches the ball for Chiltern. Trying to find Bertram. Needs a good bounce. Gets it. But he finds himself in a bit of traffic. Ball comes inboard. Head over the foot. He was whiffing. He left it behind. Chiltern have numbers. One of whom is Bertram. On the outer side. Darts the ball inboard. Trying to find Cooper. Bit too much on it for him now. Barney swoop on the contest. Ball comes inboard to McPherson. He shoves it out wide to Farwell. Little toe poke kick works out okay to Brad Del Bosco. Farwell wants it back, and now he's going to go inside. Forward 50 for Barney. Out the back of the contest is Nick Sharp. We thought he was done in the first quarter. Now he's back on the ground. Switches the ball, and the ball's in the hands now of Brad Hibberson. We'll cross to Panda shortly for an update on Sharp. Now the ball's across half back with Brooks.
Sharp, boys, put his arm up straight away. We can see out there as well he is limping pretty badly. It's the exact same knee, which is pretty heavily taped as well, as Kyle Cooper gets a push here right in front of us.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious, that one. A couple of Barneys push him fair in square in the back. Brooks running with the fly. Handball quickly. He gets the old 1-2. Brooks under pressure now. That handball's going to be good. Gee, that was clever. Good tackle by Tommy Anson. Brooks went back in. Gee, he's having a big part of the game, and he's won a free kick. Well, he put his head over the footy, Panda. You're going to like that.
Love the intensity from Luke Brooks as well. He just wanted that pill, and it was a little bit sloppy there by the Barnawatha defence. Sorry, it's Ashton Brooks. That was absolutely fantastic. Luke, he was obviously doing some of his best work yesterday, but he would be happy, wouldn't he?
He would. That's exactly what Luke Brooks used to do. So here's the young fella, Ashton. This is to take the lead for Barnawatha. They kick the first couple of behinds of the game. Ashton Brooks, a nice operator, comes in, drop punt, beautiful. Kicks the goal. Chiltern fans love it. They've taken the lead, 2-5-17. Barnawatha 2-2-14. We've gone 5 minutes in the second quarter for NZ Albury, and that's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Panda, what are you looking at?
Yeah, Nick Sharp looks like he's, it looks more like a quad actually. He's
Corky.
holding, it looks like he's got a bad cork as well. Combined with obviously with the knee, he just shook his head there, and I won't repeat what he said, but he looks like he's in a lot of strife.
Chiltern really deserved that goal as well to start this second quarter on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet, up to 5. Inside 50s already inside the first 6 minutes of this quarter.
So McLean's gone into the middle here, and he's going to try and inject a little bit into this Chiltern midfield. Meyer being dominant in the ruck. There's McLean right on cue. Got the handball poorly. The umpire's paid a dump tackle here. It's going to go the way of McLean, and I'm not quite sure if that one was there, Panda.
Yeah, it was against Dill Simpson in the middle as well. Just a little bit sloppy. Didn't need to go on with it.
Kick goes out wide. Bertram. I'm liking his game off half back for the Swans, providing a lot of run. He's got the footy true centre wing on the outer side of Sandy Creek. Pumps the Swans into attack. Doolan flies. Makes a good contest. Coming through there was Jaden Vandermeer. wrapped up in a tackle, and the Barney supporters will like that. Tigers, and it's Will Pritchard at fullback.
Yeah, he took him on and good on him. He really didn't have a lot of other options. He didn't have time to get a hand. Or he just had to hope he busted a tackle, but Will Pritchard's tackle was excellent. Now, player just coming onto the ground there. Might mark this for Barney. It won't go. That's Jackie Spears. Now he does. He recovered really well. Got good support there from Dylan Simpson. The kick's a bit shaky, though. The chance here for the Swans. They bring it inside forward 50. Cooper was there. They defend well. Young fella there was outstanding, was Jackson Lowe. Spears didn't have it. Umpire put the whistle to the mouth, and then he put it away. And the boundary umpire put his whistle to the ears of us, and he's going to throw it in.
7 inside 50s on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet for Chiltern in this second quarter. They've been really dominant. The ball's really lived in their forward half. 2 Hibbertson boys also had 2 disposals early in this quarter.
Long range boundary throwing out the back. Meyer crumbed it. McPherson got him in a tackle. And the umpire says we'll ball that footy up 55 metres out from Chiltern's goal. And the Barney supporters are starting to get vocal this afternoon. They trail by 3 points. Here's a go for Dylan Van Claveren, trying to get it back to Bodie. Hibberson kicks to half forward. Walker couldn't quite impact that contest against Boxall. He's going to kick into the pocket. Dangerous looking kick. Coming off his line was Del Bosco. Wrapped up in a big tackle was Vandermeer. And the umpire's called for it. Will ball the footy up 45 metres out from Swan's goal.
Tackling's good. Tackling's really good. It's good Tallangatta League footy here at the moment. Chiltern into attack, 45 out. McGee tapped it, and he went back in and won it. There's a free kick, there's a push. Maffo's picked one out. Wasn't an obvious one to me, but McGee.
It's on Farwell, guys. He was fighting for ball at ground level there, Big McGee. Interesting for a big ruckman like that, but yeah, Farwell it was there. He just got in the back of him, and we saw he got the distance pretty easily before with his set shot as well. So let's see what he can do here.
This is we've got a good look at this one. He missed one at the start of the quarter, the other side of the 50-metre arc. Clubroom side of the ground, kicking to the Pony Club end. Kyle McGee. Kick on the way is beautiful. Look at that. Straight through the guts. Union Hotel goal of the day contender, and Chiltern get back-to-back goals here in this quarter, and they've extended this lead all of a sudden, 4-5-29 to 2-2-14. Brad Freak.
Yeah, regardless if you think that free was there or not, the Chiltern have been right on top in this second quarter. They're now up to 8 inside 50s to 1. They've been totally dominant, and they deserve to get this little bit of a break on them as the scoreboard is keeps ticking up.
Nuts. Yeah.
It's keep.
Gee whiz.
10 goals already.
10-goal quarter.
Well, McGee's extended the lead from 4 points to about 74, according to the scoreboard, with one kick of the footy.
They lead by about 10, I think, Gus.
They lead by about 10. We'll get that scoreboard sorted out.
That's why I like my old style ones, Gus.
Yes. You could also be slightly under the influence, Robbie.
It's nearly 100. It's 100 points now.
It just keeps ticking up and up and up. We've played
turned into a time clock.
We've played 9.5 minutes, and it's still going up the scoreboard. I hope Chiltern don't kick 245 points, because it make for a pretty one-sided encounter. Now it's the Cooper boys of the Swans.
Goal kickers, please, Freaky.
Jake's been pinged for a throw. Oh, he hasn't. He's going to win a free kick here, Panda. I thought he was done for a throw.
It was pretty late. Still in the tackle there from Tommy Anson. Just got him a tiny little bit high as well. The Barney guys, they're not too happy with a couple of these decisions of late.
The scoreboard now reads 617-14 in favour of the Swans, so we'll get that one sorted. Inside 50, dangerous looking kick. Well done by, guess who, Del Bosco. Sees it across the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. 623-14.
10 inside 50s to 1 in this second quarter. They've just been totally dominant, Chiltern, and they have put it on the scoreboard a little bit in this quarter. They'd look to get a little bit more ascendancy there.
They have indeed, Freaky. They have put it on the scoreboard.
Panda, see if you can see the old scoreboard in front of the timekeepers for us.
It's 23-14 by my calculations. Doolan, inside kick, high up, mopped up, picked up, snap on goal, sensational. Jaden Vandermeer finishes off for Chiltern, and they string another one together. So 3 straight goals to start this second quarter. They lead 4-5-29 to Barnawatha 2-2-14. That's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard in this second quarter for NZ Albury.
Wonderful finish, wonderful snap there from Jaden Vandermeer, and starting to apply a little bit of pressure here. Chiltern repeat inside 50s, owning a lot of the territory. Still no news as well on Nick Sharp. He has not emerged from that Barney rooms as well. The door is closed, so we'll see if we can chase that one up soon.
He's had a tough day at the office, Panda, hasn't he?
He has indeed, just like that scoreboard operator out there as well.
He's got it sorted now. He's got the 4 goals, 5 behinds, right, Gus? But the 629's a concern.
29 plays 14, boys. Yep. Chiltern lead Barnawatha. Thanks to NZ Albury. And the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, well, if you're here at Sandy Creek, she's well out. Inside 50 goes Del Bosco. Sharps the target. That was Daniel. He made a contest, brought it to ground level as Bertrand exits defensive 50 for Chiltern, but it's out of bounds on the full, and Matty Del Bosco will be the recipient of the free kick. He's on the outer side wing. Umpire's going to call him to come back in line here and start his approach from inside the paint.
Gus, imagine if one of the twos players, you'd had a shower, a couple of cans, you walked out the front door, you look at the scoreboard, you go, jeez.
You go, what's in that can I just drank? Inside forward 50, Meyer. He flies nice and high, creates a good contest and spills the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. We'll cross boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. Blake Panda Escott.
Yeah, it looks like Sharp actually might be sitting down on the bench. He's getting his knee re-strapped as well, so we'll have to wait and watch that one. Cam McNeil also spending a lot of time forward for the Barney Tigers as well.
Yeah, we know he's got a little bit of a knock on the knee. Here's a chance. Sharp for Barnawatha. Advantage played. Oh, he's cannon that into the post, did Nick Sharp.
Operations Paint. Chiltern lead the Tigers. Long raking kick up towards half forward. Good intercept mark taken there by the big Moose Quinn. The umpires paid a free kick,
in the back. Yeah, free kick for in the back from Moose.
Long down the line. Well done, Cooper. A great outdoors mark of the day from Kyle Cooper. Absolutely superb, showing a lot of courage. You have to sell some candy, and Will Noonan got him. He's a little bit stiff there, Cooper. Umpire called him to play on, but it doesn't take anything away from a cracking mark thanks to the great outdoors.
That was amazing mark, sorry, Freaky, but yeah, very stiff to be called to play on as well.
It's getting hot in there. Walker showed good composure. Got a handball to Anson. Back to Noonan. Kick finds Brad Del Bosco, half back. Almost true centre. Barnawatha kicks a beauty. Forward 50 it goes, but Chiltern easily used the boundary side. Can we get a bit defensive on that side of the ground there? You've got to be careful bringing the ball in from there, Brad Freak. 29-15, Chiltern lead, Barney.
Just getting a little bit of momentum in this game now, Barney. Up to 4 inside 50s in this second quarter. Chiltern still had the 10, but they've just been able to restrict that flow that Chiltern had early in this quarter, and they're just gaining a little bit of traction in this second term.
A-grade netball about to kick off thanks to Atura Albury. We'll keep you posted with those results.
Who's playing today, Gus?
Couldn't tell you, but I saw Chiltern warming up, Robbie.
Scoreboard fixed as well, guys, over there also.
I think Chiltern will be disappointed with that, Panda. I think they liked the 640-point buffer. McNeil kicks to the top of the square. The big Moose in for a shoot here for the Tigers. On hands and knees. The Tigers have got a lot of work to do. They try to keep this ball alive. Taking across the boundary line was Benny Jones with a boundary throw in deep in the pocket here. The Tigers had loved to snare one against the run of play. They trailed 29-15 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
In she goes. Oh, good fist there from McGee. It's going to come back. Anson showed a bit of candy. He'll line it up from 45. And has missed to the left-hand side. So a smart bit of work there. A great outdoors player today on that occasion, Gus, from Tommy Anson. Another minor score, though, to Barney. 2-4-16. Gold Coast. Chiltern, 4-5-29. I'm dreaming.
Gold Coast.
It's the sort of weather.
It is. Thanks, Panda.
Gold Coast, Robbie, but
thanks, Panda.
Not sure where you are, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think your better half's on the Gold Coast, Panda, isn't she?
Absolutely, yeah, tanning at the moment. So
maybe you should get up there with the pasty pins.
Is that why he was out last night?
Numbers everywhere. Barney got to be tight. Simpson gets the ball into Star. Chip kick in board. It's a good one. Matt Del Bosco marks a true centre half back. He's got Tommy Anson out wide. Doesn't want to use him. So now he comes out to Will Noonan across half back. It's Noonan on the left boot. Finds Tom Anson. This is good footy for the Tigers. He marks just in front of true centre wing broadcast side.
Plays on, drives it inside forward 50. Daniel Sharp takes a chest mark. In front of
down there in defence for the Barney Tigers, and it was great movement all the way down the wing.
He's a sharp operator, Daniel Sharp. Long sleeves, yellow boots, flashy haircut, and he misses this time. He mightn't even make the G. Does. Mark taken, but it's over the line. I think it is. Gold umpire confirms that. So Barnawatha, I reckon that's three consecutive behinds. 2-5-17. They trail 4-5-29. They get the next goal, Gus. It's game on.
Good contest there from Jake Cooper. Up against Anson. Now Chiltern emerge with the footy. They come broadcast side wing. It's a long penetrating kick. Good contest. Well done, Dylan Van Cleveren. Now it's mopped up now by McLean. Switches out wide. He's got Beltram at the footy. Can sit for him. Hot in pursuit is Shanahan. This is a great one-on-one battle. Beltram, good vision. Handball to Boxall. Kick to the top of the goal square. Where's Scotty Meyer? Good defensive work at the back of the pack from Del Bosco. They try to clear defensive lines. Barney Whiffen got wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire's going to pay holding the ball here. I reckon he's a little bit stiff. And the Boxall is going to be the recipient of the free kick. Tight angle for the left footer, but I'm going to back him in from here, boys.
Beautiful just forward pressure there from Chiltern by Boxall just to be able to get that repeat entry. They just needed to get some more repeat entries. Barney had the last 4 inside 50s in this game, and Chiltern had a lot of momentum. Barney just getting it back, but this goal will really hold Barney's momentum.
So Boxall kicks on goal. And poor kicking is poor football. That's been the theme of the afternoon for both sides in front of the big sticks. Chiltern moved to 4 goals, 6:30 to Barney, 2-5-17. That's thanks to Inspirations Paint. And we've played 18 and a half minutes for Jappo Donks.
Can confirm as well, guys. Looks like Nick Sharp is out of the game for Barnawatha. He's sitting down on the bench pretty dejected. He was very lively early. He's got an ice pack on that right knee.
Okay, that is real bad news. Front position here, knocked down by McGee. Bottom of the pack here. Nice work there by Benny McPherson. Brad Del Bosco went in hard. The tackling's good. And umpire Matheson says, give it to me. We'll have the ball up. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's pinged him. Goodness gracious me. And a free kick is going to go the way of Dylan Simpson, who could not believe his luck. He kicks the ball midfield. And Lockie Walker, who's doing a good job down in the fence, takes a good grab. He'll go wide and he'll look for Josh Starr, Gus.
He gets a nice bounce start. He's true centre wing on the outer side. Chips the ball long down the line. It's a good looking kick. Barney have numbers inside 50. Going to wait for the right option. Dixon, his kick was smothered. Wasn't the best kick from Bailey.
Well, guys, down for 3 behinds as well, so owning a bit of the territory here.
Now Barney still inside forward 50. Nice work there by Dylan Simpson. Brings it inside forward. Here's Sharp. He couldn't get a kick. He was tackled. Garside was good there. Tommy Anson, left foot snap. Punch through. Last line of defence. Good work there by Jack Gray. And it's through for another behind. So 4-6 Chiltern, 2-6 Barnawatha. We've gone 20 minutes in the second quarter. And of course, that's for NZ Albury.
Brad Freak on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet.
Yeah, Barney really want Brad Del Bosco to get back into this game. Had the 8 disposals in the first quarter, only the 2 in this second term. When he has the footy in hand, he does really nice things for Barney, so they'd be really keen for him to get more of the footy later in this term.
Gray has the football now. Kicks inboard. Hibberson marks true centre wing for the Swans. Kick hugging the boundary line, trying to find Doolan. That's all experience from the big fella. Doolan's marked right in front of our broadcast position. We hear this one off the boot. Bang! Doolan kicks to the top of the goal square. Myers the target. Del Bosco. Brad with a big fist out of bounds.
The half forward. Here's a chance here for Chiltern. Lappin, who's been excellent this quarter. Handball though, kicked off the ground by Shanahan for Barnawatha. Hunting after it there was Nick Stevens. Shanahan tackled him. He got the ball out. That's okay. Play on to call. Now they'll move it. Gray was involved. Handball came back the way of, looked like might have been young Cooper down there at the other end of the ground. Bodie Hibberson takes a good grab at half forward. Gus plays on, threads a handball towards Vandermeer.
Inside 450 go the Swans. Great fist at the back of the contest. The Tigers have numbers. This is Dylan Van Claveren, but the umpire said he went out of bounds. That's why you're number one, Freaky, making those sort of spot-ups. Thanks to Mac Jack Sheds. McNeil dispossessed the footy. Brooks, he's going to be done holding the footy here. Umpires put the whistle away. And he's actually going to pay the free kick going the other way, Panda, for Charcoal Kings.
Tackle just went on with a little bit there. It may have even been a sling tackle as well. Probably could have been either of those, but he's in everything at the moment, this young Ashton Brooks. He's a young star, and he's right in amongst everything.
19-year-old Panda as he kicks to the top of the goal square, 4-on-1, and Doolan was the one, and he prevailed with the great outdoors mark of the day. He'll go back and have a set shot, 35 metres out, slide angle.
Fantastic mark there from Mark Doolan. He was caught 3 deep. He wanted the football. The Barney defenders just lost touch with him there as well, and he leapt over the top, and he hasn't had his kicking boots on at the moment. In fairness, not many people have today, so let's hope he can put this one through.
To extend the margin to 18 points. Mark Doolan to the Pony Club end. He needs a big one, and he's got it. The Swans get around him, and Chiltern move to 5-6-36 to Barney 2-6-18. That's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Mark Doolan with his first major.
They've been totally dominant in this second quarter. Chiltern on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet, 15 inside 50s to 7. So basically doubled Barney's output going forward, and they've been able to put it on the scoreboard now and give themselves out to this 18-point lead. Kyle Cooper up to the 6 disposals, 4 disposals to Bodie Hibberson and 4 to Ben Mason, I should say. 3 disposals for Jared Farwell in this quarter, and only 2 each for Cam McNeil and Brad Del Bosco.
Hoffett and Meyer go at it. So 3 of the 4 goals kicked by Chiltern this quarter. Hibberson worked hard. There's Farwell. Nice work there by Brad Hibberson. Got a handball to Meyer. A raking kick. Doolan again. Couldn't mark Nessa Cup. McGee's handball was quick towards Boxall. Barney got numbers in the fence now. Lockie Walker, good composure. Brad Del Bosco, excellent. Got a short handball to Star. Star's kick's not a great one. Here's went back to Mason. Mason's kick's okay, Gus, and it lands at centre field. The Swans will build from here through Jack Gray.
Former Raider, he plays on. He kicks to half forward. Good looking kick. Cooper's got some work to do, and a great mark taken. Really good work from Joshy Star. Had to leap over the top of Cooper, and he takes a great outdoors mark of the day. Now the ball comes in board to Farwell. His numbers thanks to Mac Jack Sheds.
7th disposal of the day for Farwell.
He's been well held. The ball goes to Del Bosco. This is Matt. Now back to Farwell. And Barney won. And 6:36 to Barney, 2-6-18 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. 24 minutes gone, thanks to Japo Donks.
Just winning the little battles at the moment, Panda, aren't they? Boundary side.
Yeah, they are. And their defence is under a lot of pressure as well. Will Pritchard, Lockie Walker and Brad Del Bosco holding up well.
They'll get another chance here. Hibberson's handball was terrific over the top. Oh, knocked down after he kicked it. No whistle. And a free kick. He's going to go back. But Pritchard took a good grab in front of Doolan, but there was arguments for a potential free kick. Del Bosco marked. Half back. You see Shanahan. Kick is centimetre perfect. And Shanahan, young Jack, off half back. He thought about going short, Gus, but he's going to drive it longer to centre wing.
Good looking kick. Gray had the front position. Couldn't quite bring it in against Big Spearsy. Now it's Brooks for the Swans. Left foot kicks, beautiful and the non-preferred. Cooper, too far to score, so he kicks in the pocket. McGee's the target and gets it. Great footy from Chiltern. Kyle McGee will have a set shot, tight in the pocket, wrong side for a right footer.
Beautiful kick of the football from Cooper again. He's getting a lot of possessions in the front half of the ground where he's most dangerous as well, and he can lace you out any day. So let's see what Kyle McGee will do here. He kicked his left creek as well.
Tied up on the boundaries, McGee. It's a nice looking kick. It's narrow and it's straight. Union Hotel goal today. He's got 2, Kyle Cooper. And of course, the Union Hotel jumping on board for the TDFL Finals, Big Mac. It's the only pub between Sandy Creek and getting back into town.
Well, it's not that far to wait for a beer, but why would you go anywhere else?
Why would you go anywhere else but the Union Hotel?
Good palmies down there.
What are they?
Boundary side with the Charcoal Kings. I reckon Panda's going to the Union Hotel tonight.
I'm driving, so we're pulling straight back in there on the way back into town, I can tell you that. But the big forwards from Chiltern starting to prove pretty dangerous, which we spoke about in pre-game. That's 2 down to McGee and, of course, Doolan kicking 1 in the second quarter also.
Stretch the lead to 24 points. Intercept there by Scammell. Drives Barnawatha forward. Missed on the half volley. Here's a chance here. Anson was good. Got it to McNeil. McNeil somehow got a handball out the back. Scamell's been put under a lot of pressure, though. Chiltern might make a clearance hit. No, they won't. Good work there. Was excellent by Dill Simpson. Got it to Brad Del Bosco. Back to Tommy Anson, centre wing. Drives the ball inside forward 50. No one at home. Daniel Sharp. Oh, we missed it. Nice work there by Connor Garside. Defending superbly. They kick it wide. And it's marked out there on the far side of the ground. Looks like it might be Mitchie Hemming. And he brings it back to Nick Stevens.
Stevens, they're going to switch the footy here, the Swans, to Cooper. This is Jake. Got the overrunning handball if he wants to use it now. Over the top. Chiltern just going to try and soak a bit of sting out of this game. Good tackle trying to apply by the big Hoff. Hibberson now wants to come inboard. Right foot kick goes long down the line. That was from Brad. Up to a contest as the siren sounds for half-time. Barney needed that one, following Chiltern playing a really dominant quarter of football. The halftime score sees the Swans 6-6-42, Barnawatha 2-6-18. It was a quarter dominated by Chiltern, the reigning premiers, on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Stick with us, the halftime show is coming up next in the Elimination Final. It's the TDFL Finals, where you won't miss a thing.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, They fabricate it, from stainless and mild steelwork to structural steelwork. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The Halftime Wrap.
The Shed Company, custom designed sheds made to your exact requirements.
The TDFL Finals on 1494 2AY.
Welcome back to Sandy Creek, half-time in the Elimination Final on the TDFL. All thanks to the Shed Company. Blake Panda-Escott with you, Brad Freak, as we cover the TDFL Finals. It's been a pretty good first half, Freaky. I think Barnawatha would have been really happy at quarter time where they took a lead into the elimination. Two to only a couple behinds in that second.
Barney had a small passage in that quarter where they were getting repeat inside 50s, but just weren't able to put it on the scoreboard through the big sticks. They had a few shots, but yeah, they just weren't able to get it on board. And some of their midfielders in that second quarter just didn't get enough of the footy that they'd like.
And it's been the big boys in the second quarter as well. It was an outstanding second term from Mark Doolan. He kicked the one goal. He's also kicked a couple behinds as well early in that first quarter. But Kyle McGee, he's been fantastic. A couple of big set shots as well. He got going in that second quarter and it really outstretched the Barnawatha defence, who up until that's probably 10 minutes, I reckon, of the second term, did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they certainly did. And Kyle McGee's just such an athletic type. He can get up the ground. He can play closer to home. He is quite a tricky matchup for the Barney defence to get on top. As you said, they've got a few boys down there, Barney, that have been fighting really admirably, but they just haven't been able to stop the flow out of the middle of the ground. So those repeat entries have been hurting them. Obviously saw one later in that the second quarter there. Kyle McGee took a mark in his pocket and kicked a beautiful goal from a set shot to give him his second for the game. But it's just those repeat entries and just the flow of the footy going in. When Barney has got the footy, they've looked to be a little bit more methodical, and it has worked for them. We saw in that first quarter that it did, but when they turn it over, Chiltern are going quicker the other way and able to cut through them a little bit more.
The midfield of Chiltern really got on top in that second quarter as well. Keen to have a look at some of the numbers as well. Cole Cooper, I thought Bodie Hibberson was fantastic in that second quarter. And of course, Caleb Boxwell as well got himself into the game a little bit as well. But the midfield of Chiltern really lifted.
Yeah, on the stat sheet in the second quarter, we had 5 disposals for Bodie Hibberson, 6 for Brad Hibberson, 5 for Ben Mason off the half-back line, but Kyle Cooper as well. He had 7 in that second term. Takes him up to 15 for the game. He's been outstanding. He took a beautiful mark down here just in front of you on the boundary line as well, so it was really strong by him. And if you compare it to the Barney midfield, obviously Jared Farwell had the 5 disposals. He had a couple early and 3 of them late. Not much in the middle as well. Cam McNeil only had the 3, but he is carrying a little bit of a knocker, or not too sure what it is, but he did spend a lot of time at deep forward in that second quarter. And Brad Del Bosco had 5, but a lot of them were late again, and he's one that really has a lot of influence on the game for him. He's a really calming presence for them, obviously, as the captain of the side. He uses the ball really well, and yeah, as we said, in the inside 50s, 19-8 pretty much paints a pretty big picture of how much dominance that the Chiltern guys did have in that second term.
The Shed Company halftime show here in the TDFL finals on 1494 2AY. 6-6-42 Chiltern. Lead Barnawatha 2-6-18. Dual goals to Kyle McGee. He kicked both of his goals in that second quarter, and singles to Ashton Brooks, who I want to touch on in a second. He's been electric. Mitch Hemming as well snapped the first for Chiltern. Mark Doolan and Jaden Vandermeer. While for the Barnawatha Tigers, one goal to Cam McNeil. That was a nice grubber on the goal line early in the first quarter. And Nick Sharp. And the big news out of this game, Freaky, is unfortunately the very lively Nick Sharp is out with an injury.
Yeah, he was looking really dangerous for Barney in that first quarter as well. He was involved in a lot of their forward plays, and it is a big loss for him in today's game. Obviously, he's the dangerous type that he is. He's a really nice, agile player in that forward line for them, and yeah, it's going to be disappointing for Barney not to be able to utilise him for the rest of today. And if they do happen to come back and play next week, you don't know how injured he is to potentially get up next week if they do happen to come back here and get over the line. So it is going to be a tough ask for them down in that forward half. They're probably going to have to find a few other avenues to goal today. Obviously, we saw down there as well, we've seen Daniel Sharp, he's kicked the 3 behinds as well, as we said, I think in this instance.
How have you seen the ruck duel so far? I think Scotty Meyer was pretty well held in that first quarter, and Cade Butters, the coach of Barnawatha, spoke about it at quarter time. There's been lots of rotations between Big Jackson Spears and also Tommy Hoffert, who are swapping a lot and trying to keep themselves fresh. Kyle McGee's playing a lot forward for Chiltern. How have you seen the ruck duel so far, where you have the dual guys from Barnawatha up against Scotty Meyer, who seems to be doing a lot of the ruck for Chiltern?
I think Meyer's probably just take the points just at the moment. That first quarter he was pretty well held between the two boys out for Barney. You saw later in that second quarter just the run and leg speed away from clearances that Chiltern were able to utilise. So his ruck work at the stoppages was able to get a little bit on top, and you saw the like of the Hibson boys and Kyle Cooper and whoever was around those stoppages, and it was able to get on top. As you said as well, Ashton Brooks is one that really moved pretty well for Chiltern in that quarter. I thought he might have been our BUR quarter's best for Chiltern in that second quarter as well. I thought he was really influential, and pretty hard not to notice him in the long sleeves out there today, but his impact in the wing and on the high half forward I thought was really crucial for Chiltern in that second term to get themselves in this lead that they've got.
We've got a couple of netball scores as well. Obviously, elimination final day in the TDFL.
Yeah, the Atura netball update in the games that have been won and played today. Started the under-13s first thing this morning. Tallangatta defeating Waganya 20 goals to 15. In the under-15s, Tallangatta lost by a goal to Yakandanda 27 to 26 in favour of Yakandanda. The under-17s, Kiwa Sandy Creek defeating Midda 41 to 36. In the C grade, a bit of a blowout there. Kiwa Sandy Creek 50 goals, Tallangatta 18. So a big win there for Kiwa. And in the B grade, Kiwa beat Yakandanda as well by 11 goals, 49 to 38.
Of course, repeating in the reserves as well. It was a big win to Barney over Kiwa also. So there's some of your scores from today's elimination finals out here at Sandy Creek. As we spoke about a lot at the start of our halftime show, Freaky, Chiltern were able to own the territory, 19 inside 50s, and put the defenders of Barnawatha under pressure. I thought Will Pritchard's held up really well. And Brad Del Bosco, he's been outstanding floating across, taking a few intercept marks. Only played the 12 games this year due to injury, but he is showing why he's one of the best defenders in the comp today.
Yeah, well, he's obviously the captain of the side as well, Brad, and he's just his leadership and just the general ball. You can see out in the field they do look for him to use it. He is, knowing Brad as well, he's quite a calm character. So out there in the field, you can see he's quite calm. And his brother Matt as well. They're both very calm individuals as well. So they use the ball quite well. They've got some actually good family pedigree. Josh Kennedy, that played at Sydney, is their first cousin. So good family pedigree.
Runs in the family.
Yeah, you could say that as well. So
you and I don't have that, Freaky.
No, I don't know what runs in my family. They're nothing any good anyway. No, but I mean, they're a couple of
underway because they were out on the ground, Freaky.
Well, we actually saw this yesterday in the game between Yakandanda and Beechworth. Yak came out quite early and surprised Beechworth that the umpires came out, almost made the umpires come out early. The Yakandanda boys were all at their positions, and Beechworth just ran out on the ground, had to run straight to their positions, didn't get a chance to warm up.
Well, we might take a break. The Shed Company halftime show done and dusted here on 1494 2AY. Can the Tigers mount a charge and contest, or will Chiltern
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
Welcome back to the MCG of the Bush, not too far away from the third quarter kicking off here at Sandy Creek. Chiltern currently hold the lead, 6-6-42 over Barnawatha. 2-6-18 on the Commercial Club Albury scoreboard. Both sides are back on the ground. We're not too far away from getting things underway once again. Brad Freak, Mac Jack Sheds, who are the leading stats getters at present and who needs to lift on the Mac Jack stat sheet?
Yeah, but the leading possession getter on our stat sheet is Kyle Cooper. He's up to the 15 disposals for Chiltern, 12 each for Ben Mason and Brad Hibberton, and 10 for Bodie Hibberton as well, 13 for Brad Del Bosco. Probably the ones that need to lift are some of those midfielders around the ball for Barney. You've got Jared Farley, he's only had the 8 disposals. We know what quality and class he's got. He's been involved in the play, but obviously for Barney to get back into this game, they'd really like him to step up as well. We've only got Connor Whiffin's only had a handful of touches as well in that first half. He's probably another one that Barney would want to get more involved in this game.
We'll go boundary level now for the charcoal.
Did the Chiltern Swans. They were out here about 5 or 6 minutes ago, and Freaky was saying during our Shed Company halftime show that Yakandanda did exactly the same thing as well, pretty much forced the umpires to come out early as well, and Beechworth yesterday had to run straight to their positions as well. So I reckon Kay Butters would have spoke about trying to get their pressure game back. We saw how intense they were in that first quarter, Barnawatha. It fell away a little bit in that second quarter, and the class of Chiltern really started to come into the game. So if they can start early, maybe get the first 1 or 2 goals and had that pressure right up, they'll be happy.
Panna, what do you expect for a team like Barnawatha to work their way back into this contest? What's it going to come down to?
I think they need to get their hands on the ball in the midfield and give their defence a bit of a chop out. If they can get the territory game back, 19 inside 50s to 8 it was in that second term. You don't win games of football when you defend like that. We saw young Pritchard and Del Bosco and a few of those defenders under the pump as well. They need to get the ball in their front half more.
Looks like Cam McNeil's going to start forward as well, Panda. We think that might be, he might be nursing a little bit of a niggle, perhaps.
Yeah, he had a lot of work done on his left knee. We all know that Nick Sharp's sitting down there, pretty dejected at the moment with ice on his right knee as well. So a couple of knee injuries for the Tigers, just hampering them a little bit at the moment.
Now, Robert, that pie was very hot. You've got about maybe an 8th left to go.
It should be right through at about 3/4 time, Gus.
Yes.
I wish I had ordered at quarter time.
Didn't burn the roof of your mouth like one did?
It did early. Yeah, I always worry when I buy one in a wrapper. I'll tell you what, it retains its heat.
You're pretty flat about it,
One of the world's great pie reviewers, Robbie McKinlay.
I thought you were going into the President's lunch, weren't you, Robbie, and trying to snaffle up a couple of sandwiches.
There's none left after I went there. The third quarter for Weezer's underway. Chiltern versus Barney, 42 plays 18.
Meyer got another tap. He hit it nicely towards Hemming. Tracked after the ball. Oh, it's a good tackle. Nick Stevens might be in a bit of bother there. Gee, that was a good tackle by Will Noonan at centre wing.
The pressure, Robbie, that Kay Butters would have spoke about.
Yeah, and that's what they got to bring, and they need 2 early goals here to get something sparked. They looked a bit flat. Farwell runs around the back, picks up the handball, kicks long, sharp, flew high, ball came to ground. They got numbers there at the base of the pack. The tackle's good. Play on's a call. Umpire Matheson playing a bit of an advantage there. Hibberson was okay. Brad and punts it towards Brooks and Co. And the bounce is favourable for Brooks. He floats a handball. Look out here. Handball over the top was by Benny Jones. Back to Meyer, back to Brooks, and he breaks clear, Gus.
And Brooks kicks long into attack for the Chiltern Swans. Doolan at the front spot, made a contest. McGee had his pocket pick for the Swans. Now coming through his walk up. Umpire's paired a free kick here. Looks like it's going to go the way of Barney.
Still Simpson.
Still Simpson's going to be the recipient. There is a play a bit proppy, Pan. It looks like Will Pritchard's limped away from that contest. We'll get you to keep an eye on Will. Ball's in the hands now of Farwell, who kicks to Pritchard. I don't think Will wanted that ball all that much. He looks to be limping just a little bit. Pritchard across left half back for Barney. He kicks inboard, finds Simpson now for Barnawatha. So they're going to look to play this possession game that we saw them do so well in the first term. On to Farwell. Another Mac Jack Shed disposal, long down the line. Coming here is Whiffen. Got a bit of attention from Bertram. Umpire didn't see a free kick there. Mason gets amongst the action. And so do the Barney supporters. They're vocal, they're fired up. Yeah. They know what's on the line here in sudden death footy. Almost 2 minutes gone for Jappo Donks in the third term.
Pritchard looks good as well, boys. He had to kick that football, so one way to test it out.
Whiffen was stiff, boys. Don't worry about that. Towards half forward, that's high. He hasn't missed that one. That'll annoy him. That will really annoy the Barney supporters. There was free kicks were both there. He might have missed. Well, that'd be 50, is it? No, a bit of theatre there from young Kyle Cooper. I don't mind that.
Pushed him into him.
He did, didn't he? Just got to be careful there. Got to be careful. Cooper, we didn't. Noonan, and then he got it out the back there to Tommy Anson. The kick was really good. And Matt Del Bosco marks half-back for Barney. They trail still, same score at half-time, 24-point lead to Chiltern.
Deep in the back pocket, Barnawatha. They're going to try and exit now with Lockie Walker, who kicks long down the line. Went through the hands of Mason out the back of the pack, working hard here is Sharp. Tries to keep it alive and just ragdolls Mason, and it's going to be a free kick here for Barnawatha. It's going to be Daniel Sharp, the recipient. Try and spark some life here for Barney. They kick to half forward, not the best kick. Really well chopped off there by Nick Stevens for the Swans. He's at left half back. Congested line awaits. He's going to play on against McNeil. Kick long down the line. Brooks is the target. Really good kick. And Brooks has got the ball. They're going to kick the Swans into attack. High up and under with a shallow entry. Doolan on the second bite of the cherry. Pritchard was good. Now McGee with a dribbling kick. But it misses to the near side for a minor score, says umpire Norm McClure. And Chiltern, they move to 6-7-43. Barnawatha, 2-6-18 for the Commercial Club in Albury. And played 3.5 minutes for Jappo Donks.
Yeah, a few Bronx cheers there from the Barney supporters. And finally won themselves a free kick. Anson brings the ball back in. It's a good kick. Finds Starr at half-back. What's his options? He'll come down clubroom side. Kicks good to Connor Whiffen. That's a good grab. Taken in front of their young Johnny Bertram. America's Cup winner 40 years ago almost to the day. McNeil might get a free kick. He will. There you go. Sometimes if you're a Barton medalist, the free kicks come your way just a little bit easier.
Says a lot about your game, Big Mac.
Umpires tend to know a bit more about you. There's a free kick to Whiffen about 2 or 3 minutes ago. So obvious. Cam McNeil milked it superbly. Here we go. Spears couldn't take the mark. Comes to ground. Hibberson was there. Couldn't get a free kick. He was over the footy. Whiffen went back in, and it's going to be a ball up.
Is that how Simon Core won a lot of his free kicks?
He was a good operator. Good communicator with the men in white back in those days.
Then. The goal umpires used to wear trench coats as well, Robbie.
Mate, yeah.
Almost 5 minutes gone for Jappo Donks. Barney have it in attack. Great work, ruck work from high. Falls the way of Anson. Tries to keep it alive. Sharp's there for the Tigers. Big tackle applied. They're going to want holding the ball, and they get it. The Bronx cheers from the Barney boys. And Daniel Sharp will have a set shot, 25 metres out in a 45-degree angle for the Tigers.
Tommy Anson just couldn't pick the ball up there, but Dan Sharp swooped now. He hasn't had his kicking boots on today. The three behinds, watch the cheers and listen out for him. If Barnawatha can kick this goal here, this is exactly what Cade Butters would have wanted. They've been up for the fight so far. Let's see if he can kick to early here.
Really needs this goal, does Daniel Sharp.
He kicks it, Gus.
He's kicked 2 behinds today. And 30 goals for the season. Daniel Sharp comes in and the margin's back to 19 points. Straight through the big sticks. And Barney kick a much-needed goal to start the third term for Wiesners. 3-6-24 the Tigers to the Swans, 6-7-43.
4 disposals early in this third quarter for Jared Farwell as well on the Mac Jack stat sheet. A couple of inside 50s for Barney as well. I like their forward set up a little bit more in this third quarter of Barney. They've got Jackson Spears deepest forward, and it looks like they're going to get more of their agile players up the ground. Connor Whiffen we saw took the mark up here. Daniel Sharp, who just kicked that goal as well, is moving up the ground as well. I think that's going to work better for them. Use that leg speed, but they've got to move the ball quickly into their forward line, not to let Chiltern flood back.
Panda, they brought the pressure too. That's what I like in the early part of this quarter.
They certainly have. You can see here McPherson in there as well. This centre bounce. It's right up, and they need to continue it on though, because Chiltern can hurt you back the other way pretty early.
Well, a good example again here. They've put a lot of pressure on the ball carrier at the moment. They might force a turnover. No, they won't now. Nick Stevens, they might. Yeah, he's in trouble. Stevens got through the traffic. Kicks it low towards McGee. Del Bosco's there. We got hit right up the front there. So was Lockie Walker. Kyle Cooper was clever. He went sideways and backwards. Got it to Brad Hibberson, who spots up something he likes, and he finds Mark Doolan on a long lead. He'll kick from 45. And it's a tough pocket to kick him from out there.
Kyle Cooper once again getting involved up around half forward. When he gets his possessions in the front half,
for Mark Doolan. Kick on the way. Distance is okay, and he misses to the right-hand side. Minor score, so 6 goals, 8-44 Chiltern. Barnawatha, 3-6-24. It's a 20-point margin. Brad Freak, you got anything for us that might just knock us dead?
17 disposals for Kyle Cooper in this game already. He's been really electric. As Panda just said there, when he gets it in the forward half, he's really dangerous. Really good vision there to get hit up Brad Hibberson.
Josh Starr for Barnawatha. Dangerous kick. McPherson lost his footing. Falls at the back now for young Shanahan. Gets it on for the Tigers. And Del Bosco kicks long down the line. Whiffen and Bertram make a good contest. Well done, Bertram. Kept his footing. Got him board to Mason. And a Ben Mason.
Very stiff, Benny Mason. I reckon he hardly had a second to get rid of that at all, but I don't mind it. Big Moose absolutely crunched him.
Del Bosco goes by hand. Barnawatha attacked through the corridor. Poor kick. Coming a long way from full forward is Mark Doolan. He intercepts a true centre-half back for Chiltern.
Goes wide. Have a look at the kick. It's a beauty. Finds Boxall. Quickly releases the handball now to Jakey Cooper. Drives along to half forward looking for brother Kyle. He gets a favourable bounce, but good work in defence there by Jackson Lowe. Came in and knocked it out over the boundary line. They'll reset 25 metres around from the Chiltern goal. They lead by 20 points. Third quarter action for Wiesners.
Great to have Wiesners on board, of course, in Wodonga and Walla Walla.
Yes.
And of course, no nominated ruckman there for Chiltern. So the umpires made that quite clear.
Was it here last year we had an incident, Gus, where someone kicked a goal? It was a,
Yep. It's a free kick here, guys, for a high one, and it's going to go the way here of Caleb Boxall. It was just a little bit messy there from the Barnawatha Tigers. He had his head over the football, and this would really hurt if he can go back and finish this one.
Well spotted, Panda, for Charcoal Kings. You're back boxing in from here.
I would, Gus. Good work for Panda there, wasn't it?
He's got a good eye.
Normally half asleep this time of the day, but he picked that one up.
Here's Boxall for the Swans. Right foot kick, doesn't quite have the legs. McGee flew high at ground level. Barney got to see this one across. And the umpire says, give it here, we'll ball it up, I reckon, about 55 centimetres from the goal line.
Get the bunker out.
Knock them through. Boys, that rule doesn't apply in local footy. Just knock it through for a behind. And that's exactly what they've done. So good work there by Lockie Walker. That's an employee of Darren Creswell. Lockie?
Didn't get a Guernsey to the send-off, did he?
Well, he had a bit on.
He got a bit
busy.
busy.
Like me, I was the same. Here's Farwell. How many stats this quarter, Freaky?
He's had 5 disposals this quarter, Robbie.
I reckon you missed half a dozen. No, it sort of feels like that, doesn't it? But 5, that'd be conservative.
Yeah, he's been pretty influential in this third quarter. They've looked to get him involved as well, haven't they?
How many you reckon, Panda?
Not sure, Robbie.
I'll back Brad.
What about you, Gus?
No, I'll back Brad.
You can all get
Thanks,
stuffed.
boys.
Boundary throw in.
I'm not Dan Vaccaro, I'll get it right.
Gee, Monty was good yesterday on stats. Between half forward and centre wing, Chiltern slightly in attack. Meyer has put on a Logie Award effort there, and he's been rewarded for it, Gus, and he'll pump it back in.
Well, he's going to send this ball right to the hot spot for the Swans. Losing his footing there was McGee. It allowed Lockie Walker to mark uncontested for Barnawatha. Chipping in board to Matt Del Bosco. He got met late by Brooks. And he's a little bit ginger here, Panda, for Charcoal Kings.
He is. He's down on the ground. But once again, Ashton Brooks proving to be a nuisance and making sure that Matty Del Bosco really earned that one.
And he's a little bit proppy here. I reckon he's going to have to come and get some attention. Umpire's called.
Oh, that's pedantic, isn't it?
Panda, did you catch what that free kick or ask him to come back was for?
He moved off his mark, but I thought he was actually going to go in and call a blood rule there for a second. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting one.
Well, if you move off your mark, it's play on, not bring it back, I would have thought. But anyway, such is life, and we'll move on. Ball's in the back line with Pritchard for Barnawatha, who kicks long down the line. Here's Farwell. He's got a fair bit of space. True centre wing and a side. Likes the run and carry of Del Bosco. This is Brad. Over the top to the big moose. Now back to Brad Del Bosco, the centre of Sandy Creek, but his kick was poor. Great chops out at centre half back for the Swans. 11 and a half minutes gone, thanks to Wiesners in Walla Walla.
I've liked his work late in the second quarter and early in this quarter, Jack Gray, Panda.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Del Bosco there. He just needed to chip that one to McNeil. He was absolutely stuffed, though. A couple of repeat efforts.
Mitchie McLean kicks it long down the line. Picked up by McGee. Got it now onto, looks like it was Vandermeer out there. And the kick's a penetrating one, but it doesn't find any of the Swans in that forward 50. And it'll be a boundary throw in, 40 around from their goal. Chiltern, if you just joined us, lead by 20 points, 44-24. The only goal of this quarter has gone the way of the Barnawatha Tigers. Now, they'll bring it across the ground. This might open things up. Here's Josh Starr. I don't know who he's going to kick it to, Gus. There is no one who he can go to. He's just got to go down the line. Gray leads in the way to the ball. Tracking it hard there was Dylan Simpson, and he's broken clear with it. He was tackled by his own man, McNeil. McNeil went in and was tackled, and it's going to be locked down. Excellent defensive work there from Chiltern. They get the ball up, Gus, and it looked promising there for the Tigers.
Certainly did. Something from nothing. Now they got a stoppage into attack. Big Tommy Hoffritz in the ruck. Meyer won that contest for the Swans. Coming across the pack was Hibberson on hands and knees. Mason wraps up a big tackle.
He got him.
And he's going to pay holding the ball.
Wow.
Going to be a free kick to Ben Mason here for the Swans in defence, Panda.
Yeah, that's probably an equaliser from one earlier on in the quarter where Big Moose absolutely crunched Benny Mason, so maybe the umpire just squaring it up.
Mason's going to attack the corridor. Bodie Hibberson's got 2 to beat. The Tigers prevail. Here's Del Bosco. Not the best kick, trying to find brother Matt. In fact, Finn Gray intercepts nicely here for the Swans. Comes inboard. Hemming's got some work to do. On to Hibberson. His handball was in hope over the top, but it works out okay. The Swans go inside attacking 50. Good set of jukes for Boxall. On the way to Van Claveren. This is Dylan, and he kicks a big goal. Dylan Van Claveren with the Union Hotel goal of the day. The Swans turn defence into attack, and they make Barnawatha pay.
Quick movement, wonderful mark there from Mark Dorland. Found the hand pass, Van Claveren, who ran into an open goal almost in the end. It was a really, really calm finish. That's Chiltern football at its best, Freaky. That was fantastic play.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they've just been able to get a little bit more dominance in this third quarter as well. 9 inside 50s to 3 on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. I feel like Barney have been building into the game, but have only been able to kick the...
Put that goal down, created the stoppage, a ball up, and ended up getting a goal at the other end of the ground. It was fantastic defensive work. Here's a check, Matty Del Bosco. He's certainly fairly proppy after that heavy hit, and Benny Mason decides. He did that with a lot of discretion, I thought, the way he knocked it out deliberately over the boundary line, Panda.
He did indeed. That's just smart football, Robbie.
It's a bit like you deliberately ordering another drink, late when you've probably been ready to pick up. It's all about the timing.
It is indeed, Robbie.
That's all you got for me, is it?
I really hope Panda's better half Miranda's not tuning into this.
From Tallangatta.
Miranda's on the Gold Coast. You couldn't give us stuff about you and Sandy Creek.
Different states, Robbie.
Of course, if you're getting a drink, you're doing it at the Union Hotel.
Of course you are, mate. That's where we'll be on the way home, Gussie.
Don't you worry about that. Once we finish at the Union, we go into the Commercial Club. Great sponsors, of course, the umpires and the Dunswin City Cranes TDFL. Third quarter action thanks to Wiesners. As we bring the Sharon back into play. Beautiful boundary throw in. He falls the way of Brad Hibberson. Inside forward 50 with a shallow entry. Star for the Tigers. Got to be very careful. Suicidal handball. Put his team under a lot of pressure, Del Bosco. And the umpire says we'll ball the footy up, or he's going to pay a free kick. No, we're going to ball it up into attack. For the Barnawatha, for the Chiltern Swans, I should say. McGee's going to do the ruck work here for Chiltern. Won the tap. Got it down to ground level. Barney have numbers. Del Bosco, it's Matt, applies a big tackle on Kyle Cooper. And we'll ball it up 55 metres out from Chiltern goal. Brad Freak for Mac Jack Sheds.
10 inside 50s to 3 in favour of Chiltern in this third quarter. They've been able to kick the 1 goal each in this term. Just look to get a little bit more ascendancy in that area of the game.
They're just hanging on here, Barney. They've been very brave, I reckon it's the word. They're up against it. A few injuries. There's a few players out on that ground who possibly wouldn't be there normally. Chiltern are not far off away. That knockout blow, not too far away, you would have thought. Gee, coming through hard there. Was that a bit of a sling there, Panda?
It almost was, or maybe I think it was Cooper, maybe exacerbated the tackle a little bit there, but yeah, an interesting one.
I thought you put a bit of mayo on it, to be honest, Panda. McGee, clever tap there, brilliant to Bodie Hibberson. Kicks the ball deep into the forward pocket. Beautifully read by Walker. He's been... Can't take it with one bite.
I reckon you can... If he went back in Ovens and Murray footy, I reckon he's up for the challenge.
Yeah, he'd certainly complement that back line of the Bulldogs, wouldn't he?
Hibberson into attack for Chiltern, high up and under in towards the hot spot. Well done there at the back of the pack. That was good work from Dixon, made a contest. Chiltern kicked to the top of the goal square. Boxall. Really good mark from Boxall. 35, maybe 40 metres out directly in front. And Chiltern has had too many numbers in the right positions.
It was a wonderful kick from Dylan Van Claveren. He didn't rush.
Boxall's got his second. And Chiltern extend the lead to a game-high 41-point lead.
Brad Hibberton, who's just coming off the ground for a well-earned rest. He's had the 6 disposals on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. He was involved in that play there. He's been really influential, the Chiltern coach. He's been everywhere for them in this third quarter. As we said, they're up to the 12 inside 50s to 3. So yet again, they are dominating the forward entries and just being able to get repeat entries. It's just not giving this Barney defence any respite and giving them any rest. They're just getting the ball brought back in continuously.
Well, back in the middle, the margin now all of a sudden is out to 33 points after Barney got it back to 18. Clever work there by Umpire Matheson has called the push. He was in a good position, Panda.
He was. What about that inside-out barrel from Brooks? That was fantastic.
Absolutely loved it. It's a hard one to do that.
So McNeil, he's been quiet. He's Mac Jacks, Brad.
He's up for his 10th disposal today.
Kicks out wide, trying to find Sharp. Makes a big contest. Working hard now is Shanahan for the Tigers. Handball inboard. Puts Sharp under a fair bit of pressure. Hibberson dives in. So does the big Hoff. Spills out now. Gray. And Chiltern emerge with the footy. Clever work from Meyer. Handballs over the top. Van Claveren gets the ball on now to Stevens for the Swans, who kicks with a high up and under towards the arc of 50. And boundary lines where the football ends after all of that. Just breaking down between half-back and centre midfield, Panda are the Barnawatha Tigers. They're really struggling with that kick, turning defence into offence.
The Hibberson boys are the ones who are just giving Chiltern first use. I think I'd love to know Bodie Hibberson's stats in this third quarter, but well on top here. A lot of time in forward half.
Here they go. They'll go deep again. Bodie Hibberson, your boy again. Top of the gold square. Keep an eye on Boxall. Took a good grab, but
Another
he's
free.
given away another free kick. And boys, if you look at the other end of the ground here, one of the players for Chiltern, I thought it's been outstanding today. I reckon he'll feature in their best players is Connor Garside. He's done a really good job down there on Daniel Sharp. He's a nice operator. He goes under the radar a bit, Garside.
Most fullbacks do, Big Mac.
They do. Good kick. Finds Lockie Walker, who's been one of Barnawatha's best. He looks for Will Noonan and Benny Mason. He ran him down. He read it superbly. Didn't have a lot of options, but Ben Mason read it well, Freaky. You were pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, he certainly was. Just got the fist in there. He's had the 13 disposals as well on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. So was Brody Hibberton as well, Panda, your man, who's been everywhere for Chiltern today.
Panda's got a few, man. I reckon he likes young Brooksy as well.
And Luke also.
He likes Luke. Boundary throwing comes back into play. Well done by Del Bosco, but his handball wasn't quite good enough. The Swans have numbers. Cooper was the target. Now it's Jake. Now it's Kyle Cooper. Handballs back to Bodie Hibberson under a lot of Barnawatha pressure.
Ooh.
Oh, the umpire's gone down. Cam McNeil got him. And he's responded to his feet in time to find a free kick for Kyle Cooper. And he's going to send the Swans into attack. Be careful, you might get knocked over again. McGee's the target. 2-on-1. Falls out the back of the contest. Barnawatha have numbers. Now it's Pritchard. Handball on the last line of defence. Finds Del Bosco. His kick was poor. Van Claveren had a good crack at that one. Now it's a go for Jaden Vandermeer. And the ball's been turned over here. It's going to come inside. Attack pretty quickly via Stevens. Sells a bit of candy. Kicks to the top of the goal square. In fact, he kicked it into the car park. I was a bit optimistic with that kick, Robbie. He was out of bounds on the full. Barney will be the recipient of the free kick. 21 minutes gone for Jappo Donks. Chiltern lead 57-24 on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
Since quarter time, it's been 34 inside 50s to 11 in favour of Chiltern. They've just been totally dominant. The ball's just lived in their forward half, and they've just been able to get these repeat entries and repeat shots at goal. It's just giving that Barney backline no respite whatsoever. The ball's just constantly coming in all the time.
Yeah, they've set up beautifully now to that little bit of extra time to get the defence set here. And all they can do is just go down the line. Matt Tolbosco does that. There's a good grab taken in the front there. Might be big Jackie Spears who's taken a strong grab. He's a big unit, Panda.
He is indeed, Robbie. You see everything out here at Sandy Creek. You see Rogue scoreboards up to 600 and then the umpire falling down.
Yeah, Maffo, he took a bit of a spell too. He called his
very
mate
well
through.
to bounce back up.
Someone's down off the play, Panda.
You keep an eye on that, Gussie. See if you can pick it up. Here's a chance here through Hemmings. Eddie Hemmings kicks the ball from behind. Ball came to ground. Del Bosco's there.
for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, his brother's lining up for a shot on goal here. Cop one around the chops, and Jake can hardly walk as well. The trainers are just going out to him now. Looks like it seems to be a corky, a left leg injury of some sorts, maybe a hip. Not the place you like to get hit, Robbie.
Geez, I wouldn't like to be going to you for a diagnosis, Dr. Escott. You'd go out more confused than you went in.
It looks like a hip, it looks like a quad.
Could be your knee, could be your shoulder.
He's in strife nonetheless, Robbie.
Jeez, next thing they'd be calling for the screen.
Oh, no.
Put you down. Here comes his brother, Kyle Cooper. Directly in front, he doesn't miss these. He is a very smart operator. Cooper bangs it through. He's got his first or his second. I've got him for only his first goal of the day.
First goal.
First goal of the day for Cooper.
Yeah, he's up to the 20 disposals as well on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet. He's been probably the best player on the ground today, and you can see why. He's probably one of the favourites to win the Barton Medal on Monday night as well. He's just been everywhere for Chiltern today, and each year he just keeps improving. Each year he's been at the club. Obviously, he's won the last two best and might be on his way to
Bond. Anson's got the footy onto Del Bosco. Been the two best for Barney for mine. Over the top, Scammell. True centre wing out of side for Barney. Kicks long down the line. Big Spears, he's the target. Couldn't quite make a contest of that because he was worn like a glove by Finn Lappin. Of course, the Lappin surname synonymous with football right across our country, but also in Chiltern.
He looks like Nigel. He wears his same number, and he's got that moppy dark hair. I love it.
I think Nigel's his uncle, I'm pretty sure.
Would have to be, mate, I would imagine. Yeah.
So boundary throw in, comes back into play. Farwell just trying to assert some dominance. Little handball onto Anson. He kicks inside 50, shallow entry. Shanahan made it go. That one, big tackle on Stevens. Spills out towards the outer side. Chiltern have the numbers. Hibberson kicks out wide. Good looking kick. Finds its way to Vandermeer, who kicks long down the line to Kyle Cooper, true centre wing outer side.
Noonan was the one who, that crunching tackle was all fair and square. No doubt about that, Panda.
Absolutely loved it. That was a full big chest right in the front.
Oh, was it? What? They got numbers here. Well, there's a high shot. Free kick will go the way of Benny McPherson, who started the game very well, but he's starting to slip away from the Barney Tigers here. 39 down. Floating handball. He's put his teammate Anson in a lot of trouble. Over the back, Spears knocked it on, running onto the ball now. Picking it up for Barnawatha was a young fella, Jackson Lowe, and he might even kick a goal if he gets the right bounce. He doesn't. It was a off break, and he needed the leg break. That's the end of the quarter. Another good one, Chiltern. They've consolidated their strong position at half-time. They'll take a 39-point lead into the final quarter in the elimination final here at Sandy Creek.
A big third quarter there, thanks to Wiesners, and it's a big final term coming your way next from the MCG The Bush. The TDFL finals on 2AY, where you won't miss a thing.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
TDFL Finals on 1494 2AY.
Yeah, great to be with you at the MCG, the Bush, Sandy Creek. Three-quarter time. Brad will quickly get the quarter's best thanks to BUR.
Yeah, in that third quarter, got the both Hibberton boys for Chiltern, Brad and Bodie. I thought they were outstanding, really influential for them to get the ball moving in their half of the ground. And for the Barnawatha, Jared Farwell, I thought we really spoke about at halftime. Probably need to lift for them, which he did. They got that lift out of him. And if we have a look at the Mad Jack shed stat sheet, Farwell had the 7 disposals in that third quarter. Bodie Hibberton's up to 14 disposals. Brad Hibberton's up to 19 disposals for Chiltern as well.
Boundary side for Charcoal Kings, Blake Panderescott, the three-quarter time huddles.
Brad Hibberson, the coach at Chiltern, was really happy with that third quarter. He wants them to continue to defend the ground really well, wants to keep them scoreless this quarter as well. He said good sides really finish off well and take momentum into the next couple of games. So they really want to finish off well here. Chiltern, Cade Butters said absolutely nothing to lose. We have wonderful work rate, so let's try and throw the kitchen sink at absolutely everything in this last quarter.
We've seen stranger things happen in a game of footy. But at three-quarter time, Chiltern lead 9-9-63 to Barney, 3-7-25 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. The Barney supporters are taking their time, exiting the field of play on the far side.
I think it might be Buddha Withers over there and Grub Evans, just a couple of casual operators.
Few of the greats.
Don't really care much about what's happening around them, do they?
Buddha probably wouldn't even realise there's a game of footy going on.
Wouldn't have a clue, mate. Just a surprise to wonderful parents.
We're about to get underway here in the final term. Thanks to Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. Here's Robbie McKinlay. The TDFL Finals.
Start the clock, Gus. Beautiful work. Meyer, how about that for a tap to Hibberson, who got another short one to the brother. So Brad and Bodie combining. Gutsy effort, running with the flight. Bodie Hibberson was a good grab taken by Joshy Starr. Kick's going to be good. Well taken, young man. He's been okay, this young fella. Young Jackson Lowe. He's got a mop of hair on him like Jesus of Nazareth, hasn't he? He looks fantastic. Jack Shanahan kicks the ball over the top. Now, here's a bit of a run at it. Will Noonan, can they get an early goal? And it's Brad Del Bosco who floated all the way down from half back and he'll get a rare shot on goal.
It was wonderful vision, I think it was actually out there from Tommy Anson. He spotted Del Bosco floating down inside forward 50 all alone. He jammed it on the boot really quickly, and I'm not sure what he's like as a kick here, guys.
He's a beauty.
He's one of the best defenders in the competition. I'm going to back him in. This will be a big start for Barney.
He kicks it, mark it down, boys, and this is the start of a comeback.
He's missed it now.
Good, Lavy premiership player in cricket too, by the way. Brad Del Bosco, that one's never missing. Straight over the umpire's hat. Show a bit of confidence, lads. Put you know what's on the line every now and then. 63 to 31, 32 point the margin. Barney get the first goal. Down to you, Panda. What are you smirking at?
Not what you just said then, Robert, actually. But I tell you what, that was fantastic then from Brad Del Bosco. And as Cade Butters said at three-quarter time, if we apply our work rate early and get what can happen?
Brad Del Bosco up to the 20.
'63 plays 31, the Swans lead. The big Hoff just toe pokes it inside forward 50 for the Tigers. The pinballs around. McNeil was good. Got the ball out wide, but Barnawatha, they lose possession as Mason kicks long in the Hibberson direction for the Swans. Great work from Bodie. Evades a tackle and handballs over the top. That was clever, trying to find Van Claveren. That was Dylan. Pinballs around at ground level. Big tackle applied, and it's going to be a free kick to Barney. They're going to play on here via Star. He handballs over the top, and here come the Tigers. In fact, we're going to come back.
Got to get back behind his mark, I think, Gussie.
So Star, young Shanahan was off then too. He was set to pounce. So Josh Star, who you could put him in their top three, I reckon. Game at halfback.
Yeah, he's been fair.
A 50-50. Hey, there's a Barnawatha player down on the far side of the ground. Brad, you spotted it?
Yeah, I think he's just cramped, Robbie. It was,
might be Joshy Star, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, he just kicked that ball, went straight down with a bit of cramp, I reckon it was.
All right, well, it's thrown back up in the middle. My won the tap. Noonan's been good. Knocked it down here to Simpson. Handball over the top to Shanahan. Can he get hold of the footy? He can now. Shanahan's kick inside forward 50. Can't find a teammate. Jack Gray defended magnificently off to Lappin. Lappin runs the footy, Gus, and it's a kick towards halfback.
Brooks got a bit of work to do. Did well, the young fella, in a one-on-one contest. Coming through hard there was Scammell. Brooks emerged with the contest. Bit of a hit and hope. Cooper, he's wrapped up in a big tackle. He's picked up and dumped. And he's lucky not to get a free kick there, Panda.
It was a big bear hug, wasn't it?
Oh.
And a bit of support coming through the special effects mics from the Barnawatha supporters. It's got to be prior opportunity if you're going to play holding the ball. That part just slipping the mind of a few of the faithful down here at ground level. Simpson left it behind. McPherson's kick was smothered.
Oh.
The big Hoff had a go at that one, and now Hibberson for the Swans. Whistle, free kick. Umpire's going to pay advantage as the ball's been marked by Cooper. This is Kyle. He goes short to Mark Doolan. So Doolan's marked just behind true centre wing for the Swans. 4.5 minutes gone for Japo Donks in the fourth quarter, thanks to Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance.
That was a bit messy, Panda, wasn't it, that sort of patch of play?
It was indeed. I'm pretty sure it was a free kick for downfield, as Cooper's just been absolutely ragdolled here by Del Bosco. Wow.
Well, he's sort of gone 50-50. I don't mind that call. I'm happy with that.
Barney, aren't Robert?
No. Well, they probably could have got penalised there. Handball over the top was excellent there from Hemmings. Got it on to Bodie Hibberson. He loves it hard and tough. Vandermeer got a handball back to Kyle Cooper. What can the young man do from here? He did well. He centred the ball, 25 out from goal. Defensive punch falls away of Farwell. Interesting handball at the back to Lockie Walker. High up and under. It's 4-on-1. Chiltern win. You wouldn't doubt that, would you? And Brad Hibberson's mark. Gussie, 60 out from goal.
A congested forward line of weight, so he goes short to Doolan. It was all of about 12 metres, I reckon.
Yeah.
So Doolan's marked. He's 55 from home. You're not getting that one, Brooksy.
Look at Brooksy.
Optimistic at its best. Inboard, beautiful delivery.
Yep.
Doolan, too strong and showing too much class. He finds Boxall.
Wow.
Oh. Jeez, you said that.
Jeez, sorry.
You've ripped the Mayor of Albury a week ago, and now you've had to go at Dools. Jeez, the Mayor of bloody Barnawatha.
Bit of a tongue tie, that one. I was just trying to say he's got a lot of class and experience.
We knew what you meant, mate.
Don't tell Dools where I live. Here's Boxall. This would seal the game here for the Swans. Panda, I can tell where you live as well. There's a few people in Barney that wouldn't mind knowing that. Back into play. He's going for the footy. He's wrapped up in attack.
He couldn't find me this morning when he picked me up. He was heading to Lavington.
Just the way you do your best work out there, Robbie, with the bees. That's where I thought you were.
Tell you what, real quiet now at Sandy Creek.
McGee, jeez, I hope they're not listening to this rubbish. Watch the footy, you crew. I don't know if it's any better. Boundary throw in. Barney attack. They've kicked the first goal of the quarter. They trail by 32 points. We have gone 6.5 minutes into the last quarter.
You marked down that time, didn't you, Freaky, to send to Dawes?
Yep. Yes, we have. The Moose has won the tap. Brooksy, good shepherd there. And here's a go for Sharp. He'll run from half-back, Gus.
I'm fearing for my life this weekend. Inboard goes the kick. Good mark taken by Lappin.
Been good, mate.
He's been very good. Might have actually got the free kick there. I think he did drop the ball in the end, but the switch is on. He's got Caleb Bertram.
Ooh.
Whistle. The umpire was a bit premature on the mark there.
Panda's problem.
Yeah, he worked the ball long down the line. Good mark taken by Mitch McLean. Hasn't done a lot today, but when he's had the footy, he's been very good. McLean, the left footer, inside forward 50. Cooper wasn't the best kick, so he had to work really hard.
Here they're a chance. Whiffen, he needs to get first contact. He didn't. Not
go. This is Matt. Handballs over the top. Well done there by Ben Jones for the...
gave it back to the young fella, Johnny Bertram. Bertram over around the footy.
If you're Brad Heberson, do you pull some of your Ferraris off and just rest them off here?
Sorry, Panda. Murchison or somewhere.
We'll ball the footy up. 55 metres out from Swan's goal. Spears in the ruck, got it down, trying to find big Tommy Hansen. Coming through nicely there was Ben Jones. Kicks to the top of the goal square. It's a good-looking kick out the back. Del Bosco for the Tigers. He mops up. Boxall's hot on his heels. Couldn't quite keep the footy alive. And it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in deep in the pocket for the Chiltern Swans. They lead 9-9-63 to Barnawatha, 4-7-31. It's on the X-Ray Group scoreboard, and Chiltern, they look to be cruising into next week's big minor semi-final against the Bush Rangers.
Love their pressure around the ball, Chiltern. All day it's been good, and they haven't scored heavily this quarter, but the pressure's been great. Hibberson, Bodie, hurried kick, inside football. Big fella Moose got a push, I reckon. Kyle Cooper tried to claim the grab, and it was off about 2 or 3 hands before him. What are Bodie Hibberson's stats there? Have you taken him, are you, Brad?
Yeah, I am, Robbie. He's up to 18 for the game.
And Brad?
Brad is up to 22 for the game. The Hibberson boys have been really, really strong.
We've got a blood rule here, guys, as well. Looks like Doolan's coming off for Chiltern.
Mightn't be bad timing, Panda, actually, to
No.
give
He
him
might
a bit
be
of a
done.
spell. Yeah. He might have put the old tomato sauce in the pocket and sprayed it on his face so he could come off.
Josh Starr as well, getting a lot of work. We thought he might have been injured out in that far side, but it is cramp indeed.
Cramp. So, yeah, more water for young Starry. Salt tablets.
Magnesium.
Throw down one of those
Magnesium.
Powerades, Robbie.
Powerades, but
Pickle juice.
well, you're the doctor in the house here, Panda. You've been able
Blake
to...
Larkin.
Blake Larkin. Kyle Cooper had a swing and a miss. Well done there by Pritchard. Clever work by Lockie Walker, but a bit of pace on the ball. There was Van Claveren. He overran it in the end. He had so much momentum. Cooper ducked into it. That's good umpire. Oh, he ducked into it. Yes, I agree with you. Bloody oath.
Looking for
The
a
Barney
few friends.
supporters said that. I thought he ducked into it. But he's milked it, Panda.
He has, but I tell you what, he almost probably could have got a sling tackle for what happened afterwards. So I don't mind it. He's all class, this young kid. I reckon he's a contender for our player of the day as well. His number's freaky.
Kyle Cooper, he's coming up for his 24th disposal of the day.
Panda thinks he's a very good chance for the Barton medal.
You'd have to be right in the running, you would have thought, Robbie.
I just don't hand them out, Freaky. Here comes Cooper. 45 out, very tight angle. Kick on the way. Have a look at that. On the line, touched through. Ooh. Was it the big Moose? Might have been the big fella.
Yeah, big Moose.
Yeah, well done, Moose.
We'll give it to Moose.
Seamus Quinn there. He mixes up between C grade and B grade cricket at Belvoir. He's a good all-round sportsman, terrific landscaper. 33-point lead to Chiltern. Take it away, Gus.
Probably the best nickname in footy, just Moose.
Yeah, love it.
Doesn't need a first or a second name, just rolls as the Moose. That kick from fullback was an absolute ripper from Tommy Anson. Now it's smack bang in the middle of the ground. We'll cross boundary side for Charcoal Kings to Blake Panda Escott.
Yeah, Mitch Hemming, another one who's been fantastic as well, I reckon, around the ball for the Chiltern Swans. He's coming on the ground right now, and he nods. He says, yes, Panda, that is fantastic.
Inside 50 goes Barnawatha. Jeez, Moose Quinn made a good contest there. Falls the way of Brooks.
He's on the end of it.
Who kicks inside 450. Cooper takes a really good mark. It was a great outdoors mark of the day from Kyle Cooper. And he was poleaxed in a Barnawatha sandwich.
Welcome to Sandy Creek.
That is meat in the sandwich from Kyle Cooper there.
Panda.
What about the braveness from him, though, Robbie?
Yeah,
he stood under that. He stood under that high ball.
Yeah.
He got the jukes up, and this is capping off a fantastic day.
What about Mitch Hemming nodding, saying he's playing a good game?
He's 2 metres away from Panda, and he's telling him how well he's going. They're both lapping each other up. You've said enough today, Gus. I'll just keep it pretty straight from here. Let them go outside your stump, mate. Not too much attack from you from here, Gus.
Kyle Cooper. This will seal the deal for the Swans. His right foot kick is not the best. It's across the face for a minor score. 9-11-65, the Chiltern Swans to Barnawatha Tigers. 4-7-31 for the X-Ray Group.
Panda, just have a look at our little mate, the boundary umpire in there. He's doing a great job.
He's happy with his work.
Put your hand up, mate. There's Panda. Give him a rap, Panda.
Gave it a little one.
I don't think he's very happy with his own work. I think he's done fantastic, the young man here. We might get him on for a quick chat.
Go and ask him now. Go on. Get over there.
He's got to concentrate, Robbie.
I'll tell you what, the boundary umpire in the seconds wasn't concentrating. He was lying down the pocket.
He was having a snooze.
Farwell kicks it to half back, intercepted by Bodie Hibberson. Give him another stat, Brad. It was an ugly handball, but give him one. He earned it. He's going to get a free kick anyway, so I think he can scrap the handball, give him the kick. I think it will come back in. But here he is, Panda. That's your touch to have it.
He's ready at the whistle, wasn't he?
Young boundary now. The ball's been given back here. It looks like it was a Brandemir. Good kick. Boxall takes a good grab. 25 metres 30 out directly in front.
Wonderful kick, wonderful opening lane there, and Boxall's been really good in the second half, I reckon, guys. He's been fantastic. We've got him down for 1-1. Margin at 34. They'd love to finish off here, Barnawatha, though. They don't want the margin to blow out.
Certainly have looked better going forward, haven't they? Panda said those leading lanes here have been opened up a lot more. They've tried hard, Barney. No doubt about that. Here comes Boxall. Kick on the way. He's normally a good celebrator, and he gives it the old one-fist pump. He's kicked 2. Has Caleb Boxall. 10-11-71. Chiltern lead Barnawatha 4-7-31. 16 minutes gone. Fourth quarter. Brad, what have we got on those Mac Jack stats?
Yeah, just complete domination again in the inside 50s, 10-3 in this last quarter. As we keep touching on, they've just been dominant in that aspect of the game. 5 touches for Bodie Hipperson, 4 for Kyle Cooper, and 3 for Brad Hipperson in this last quarter. Sets up a big clash next weekend, next Sunday, obviously now between Chiltern and Beechworth out here at Sandy Creek. That's going to be a cracking game.
40-point lead of the Swans. They're going to continue to play finals football, this proud football club. Barney have been gallant, but have just lacked a little bit of poise. Up towards half forward go the Tigers, and Lappin takes a really strong intercept mark for the reigning premiers. He switches the ball to Jack Gray. On to another guy that's been good. Kyle Cooper kicks fat side for the Swans, and good use of the body from Jaden Vandermeer, who marks 45 metres out directly in front.
Under a lot of heat then, Kyle Cooper as well from Big Moose. Someone you probably don't want to get in the way of, but he found his teammate in a lot of space out there, and he's been fantastic today, Kyle Cooper, and this will finish off very nicely for the Swans as Brad Hibberson comes back on the ground.
Looks like Scotty Myers come for a spell, Pan. I reckon that's going to be his day done. Put him on ice.
Him and Dool's just going to sit there and warm that pine and focus on next week.
Jaden Vandermeer to the Pony Club end. You'll have to kick this one 49, 48 metres.
No issue there, Gus.
You'll call it directly in front. In comes Vandermeer. Strikes it beautifully off the right boot. And it's straight through. No, it's not. Minor score for the Chiltern Swans. 10-12-72 to Barnawatha, 4-7-31 for the X-ray group.
He had me too, Gus.
I thought it was a goal.
Yeah.
Didn't mind Van Claverin's attempted hanger.
That's a nice kick in from my boy, young Lowy. It gets almost to the centre of the ground. Sharp. Punched forward there by Jack Gray for Chiltern. Gee, it was a heavy knock off the footy there. Brad Del Bosco's handball was excellent to Sharp. Now onto Farwell. Just couldn't quite stretch out and get that. And Matty Del Bosco sees the ball out over the boundary line. Boundary throw in right in front of the Duns Twin City Cranes there. Couple out there, Panda. They're big units, aren't they?
Absolutely. Robbie, you reckon you get in there and drive them?
They'd be handy putting B boxes in the backyard, wouldn't they? Over the back lane.
I'd pay a lot of money to watch that.
You wouldn't, yeah. Be a bit overkill, I reckon. And here's Brad Del Bosco. How many stats for him, Brad?
He's had 26.
And another good one. Look at that. Hits his target. There's Daniel Sharp.
I've liked his game. Been a shining light for Barney. Kicks into the corridor. 3-on-1. The one prevails, and that was Jack Shanahan, but his handball was poor. Gray, inside forward 50. Good kick from Jack, but well met.
Gutsy.
And taking intercept mark, none other than Del Bosco. He's been a shining light today for Barnawatha. Kicks out to the broadcast side wing. Well done, Kyle Cooper. Had 2 to beat. Made a good contest. Barney have numbers. This is Star. He kicks in ball, but the kick had too much on it. Working hard is Del Bosco. That was Matt. Now the Tigers regather the possession. Handballs over the top to Jackson Lowe. Has to be clean. That was clever. Got the ball up to Tommy Anson. Got a couple of beat now, Tom. Wrapped up in a big tackle. Brooksy got him. And that's holding the ball. Free kick to the Chiltern Swans and a 50-metre penalty. And that one wasn't probably there, in my opinion. Well milked from Brooksy. And this will bring Brooksy within range for a shot at goal.
That was pretty poor, I thought, there. He actually didn't really engage too much there, Tommy Anson. He was getting double teamed, but Brooksy, right time, right place as he passes this one off.
Inside forward 50.
It was a shallow 52,
I was going to say, I reckon the umpire probably didn't think it was a genuine 50, so he only paid a 35, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly
Just had a bit of a feel for it, you reckon?
It does, yeah.
I think so. Ball's been marked by Mitch Hemming, the vice-captain. He'll have a set shot, Panda, on a 45-degree angle. Distance won't trouble him, 35 metres out.
I gave him a good pump-up as he was coming on the ground earlier, so I'll tell you what, he is going to absolutely nail this. You watch it go through post-height.
Pretty happy with his own work, is Mitch Hemming, and he'll be pretty happy if he kicks this goal. Mitch Hemming, right foot kick is a good one.
Look at him, yes!
He loves it. He points to the camera, and he'll watch that one back about 25 times before he gets back into town tonight. Chiltern extend the lead, 11-12-78 to the Barnawatha Tigers, 4-7-31. Final quarter action thanks to TCM, and I tell you what, boys, Chiltern, they're going to be coming in hot against Beechworth next Sunday.
Yeah, well, the game yesterday had a very similar flow to it as this one. Early contest, but then late in the game, Yakandanda just were able to wipe Beechworth off the park, and we're just seeing it again today. Chiltern just flexing their muscles against Barnawatha today and just getting them off the park. Obviously, probably look back at the game and wonder, obviously, how big that injury to Nick Sharp early in the game, and Cam McNeil as well, because both of them were really influential in that first quarter, but then didn't really play any part.
It was a great outdoors player today, Gus. That was sensational stuff. A nice touch there from Kyle Cooper, just picking up an opposition player there. Might be cramping.
Brad Del. No, I think they
got crashed into each other.
He got crunched in the contest, Brad Del Bosco. He's been outstanding all day, as Freaky said before, with high disposals up around 26, 27, and he's put himself in some really dangerous spots as well.
Just came up holding his head a little bit there too, Kyle Cooper as well. Might have been, as you said, Panda, just a real big crunching pack there as well. He just looks a little bit ginger, and he just hovering around that 50. Looks like he'll be all right though.
84 plays 31. Chiltern lead this contest thanks to TCM. Back in the middle, Brooks was clever. So was McPherson. Here's Spears now for Barnawatha. Handball's inboard. One on at the back of the pack. Inside forward 50 via McLean. Go the Swans. High up and under. Flying back courageously was Star. Spills out the back for Barnawatha. They get it up to true centre wing, and the ball's with Sharp.
Sharp now runs off centre wing, kicks the ball towards half forward. It's 2-on-1 contest. Good work by Whiffen. Knocked the ball forward to Cam McNeil. Shimmied round one. Dummied round another. Oh, big trouble here. Free kick. Going to go back to Cam McNeil, I reckon.
Off the ball. He got ripped off that ball there. So Cam McNeil's going to, obviously hampered by what we think is a left knee injury. So, he hasn't been at his best today, but he's tried pretty hard.
In fact, the free kick is going to go to...
Because it was a downfield, because you held him after the play, so the footy then goes down.
Willie Noonan will have it. Yeah, that's right. That's a good call, Bradley. Good pick up there on the stat sheet.
That's why he's number one.
Yes, Will Noonan, he's been a good contributor today. Had a real crack for Barney. Comes in now, left foot. Now, Dormy McClure, the gold umpire, moves savagely to his left, and that signals a point.
Pandy, can you just have a look at Chiltern bench for me? I saw Kyle Cooper come off, but nobody come on. Are they playing with 17 on the field at the moment?
I reckon you might be right onto it, Freaky. We got Scotty Meyer, we got Mark Dorlan, we have Kyle Cooper all sitting there on the bench, and I think one other as well. So I reckon they are playing a man down at the minute. Well, resting their Ferraris.
Yeah, they hold a very comfortable 84 to 32 point lead thanks to the X-Ray group. I think they're just going to milk the clock and get their boys right for a big minor semi-final next week against Beechworth. Here's a go for Brooks. Handballs over the top. That was clever. Well done there by McLean as the siren sounds. A clinical performance by the reigning premiers. A very short final term. Only went to 23 minutes. And at the conclusion of the elimination final, it's Chiltern who are victorious. 12-12-84 to Barnawatha. 4-8-32 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Yeah, clinical performance in the end from the Swans, and as you said, Gussie, when you're defending Premier, you've earned that right the previous year, but you're always very keen to defend it. And you get into the finals, you feel in a very comfortable environment, and that's the way they played today. It's a 52-point win, and probably never really looked threatened. Barney were very tenacious early. A few injuries then wore them down. It was probably always going to be hard from the run out the game from Mac Jack Shed.
Yeah, nearly 30 more inside 50s in the end of that game, 59 to 31, and they just were able to continually get those forward entries, which just didn't give the Barney backline any respite throughout the game. And in that last term, they were able to put a few more goals on it. As Panda said throughout the call, a very gallant effort from the Barney backline to be able to withstand such a flow of ball coming in. But Chiltern just far too good for Barney today. Obviously, as we touched on in the pre-game, it was always going to be a bit tough for Barney today. Hadn't beaten two massive clashes in the TDFL.
Well, cross-boundary side now for our Wodonga Tyre Power Player of the Day. Blake Panda-Escott has got an absolute star, Kyle Cooper.
As we spoke about, guys, he's had an outstanding year. He was outstanding again today. Kyle Cooper, mate, you play on. You got a big game, obviously, next week now and a big semi-final.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be a big game. We know Beechworth are the top mark, one of the best teams in the competition, so we've got to bring our A game or Otherwise, things won't happen for us. But today, we brought the pressure, and if we bring that to next week, we can do anything.
Slow start for you guys, and I know that Brad Hibberson brought you in at quarter time. He wasn't too pleased, but he must be very happy that you were able to get the game on your terms in the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, he just got the boys together and said, let's get our game going, because it wasn't there in the first quarter, and we really listened to him, all stayed composed and brought it out in the last 3 quarters.
And your year, mate, you've had an outstanding year. When you obviously deliver the ball inside forward 50, mate, you're at your best.
Thanks, I appreciate it. But the forwards, we've got Dools, Box, Geezer leading up. They give you 2 metre gap on their man and makes it easy for us.
Semi-final next week, mate. Congratulations. You're getting a little bit of stick, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Kyle Cooper, our Wodonga Tyre Power player of the day. Of course, Moro and the team at Tyre Power and Wodonga, they do a great... They're a great bunch of people, and for all your tyre and wheel needs, go and see Moro and the team. They also do... We've got a full mechanical workshop as well down there at Tyre Power, so great supporters of local sport, Wodonga Tyre Power, and a fitting player today, Kyle Cooper. What were his numbers today, Freaking?
Yeah, he had the 26 disposals on our Mad Jack Shed stat sheet. He also kicked the 1 goal as well. He was just really dynamic. His work up and down the ground was really, really strong, and he's just had his fingerprints all over it.
So Chiltern victorious this afternoon here at Sandy Creek in the elimination final. They've won 12-12, 84 to Barnawatha 4-8-32. And they've booked themselves a date next week. In 7 days' time, Chiltern take on Beechworth and Big Mac. That is a rivalry that extends back into the good old days.
Oh, absolutely, mate. This is an Ovens and King footy league rivalry, this one. Chiltern and Beechworth. Actually, it might have even been 40 years ago that they celebrate that premiership, that famous Chiltern premiership when they're done and dust. They went back to back that year, but gee, here we go. Club song.
Cheer the red and the white, hey, honour the name by day and by night, hey, lift that noble banner high, shake down the thunder from the sky, whether the odds be great or be small, Chiltern will win and win overall, by a loyal sons are marching onwards to victory.
Chiltern too strong this afternoon, claiming a 52-point win in the elimination final. Stick with us here on the TDFL coverage on 1494 2AY. A big drive home coming your way. We'll go inside the rooms of Barnawatha, as well as the Chiltern Swans, and of course here on 1494 2AY. You won't miss a thing.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.